Welcome back to another episode of Collector's Quest. I'm Tyler here with Johnny. Johnny, what's going on?
Hey Tyler, how are you, man? Everything's going pretty well over here. Getting a little warm. It's the summer, but it hasn't been as hot as I expected. I know you love to talk about the weather. So I'm going to just skip over all that and then just ask you, you've got some feelings on stuff that you want to get off your chest right when we got here. So let's go.
Did I? Are you talking about the eBay stuff?
I am.
eBay is testing in just the trading card category. And I don't know what this means. It's a pilot test, and there's literally millions of trading card auctions on eBay. I don't know if it's the entire category or they're only doing certain things, but they're testing extended bidding. So if you place a bid in the last 2 minutes of the auction will be extended for another 2 minutes. And then that keeps going until there's no more bids placed. So this is how Heritage Auctions and Yahoo Auctions works. And it doesn't make sniping irrelevant because there are so many auctions, especially on like eBay trading cards, ridiculous amount of trading card auctions on eBay. So there's not going to be a live human being looking at every single auction. But if there is some very premier thing, if there is a dead mint 9.9 out of 10 complete in box Chrono Trigger, assuming this ever happened to video games, there will be people watching that at the end to try to get past the snipers or, get the last word on that live rather than just setting a snipe.
Yeah. Or they will set their snipe so it goes off and then they will watch it live to make sure that they can manually add.
And it adds a whole new level of FOMO. I personally love it. I think when I think of like sitting at my computer at a specific time for an auction, whether it's Heritage Auctions or there's certain Yahoo Auctions, I wake up at like 5 a.m. to watch them end because I have to be there to put the bids in to make sure I win it. It makes it a lot more exciting, and I always bid higher than I want to because it always gives me like an additional level of investment. I think it's fun in like a bad way, in the same way like gambling is fun. Like you get a rush knowing you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing that is probably financially destructive. I get that same rush for live auctions. It also makes me feel like I'm in a higher end auction. It feels like I'm at Christie's, like bidding on some real art. It's like, oh, this auction is just going until we stop. It's not just some eBay auction where you snipe it and don't think about it.
Yeah, I feel the exact opposite of that. It makes me feel a little sick to my stomach. I hate it. I don't love when auctions reset. I just want it to end. I just want to be done and move on with my life.
How much so? All right, this isn't happening to video games. I tried to find people's reactions in the trading card space, and I found like basically a few people being like, oh great, this sucks for buyers. And then I tried to find people who cared about it in like the Pokemon and sports card space, and like I couldn't really find that many people on like Reddit who thought the sky was falling or anything.
Well, I think what's interesting, like for Pokemon specifically, like there's so many of these cards that are just like, there's so many of them. So like, what is really going to be out there for bid that they just can't go and turn around and look at another immediate auction?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that means that for run-of-the-mill stuff, because there's so much of it, you're not really going to have people sitting there on every single auction, like for run-of-the-mill stuff. No. So it's really not going to affect your snipes, I don't think. Honestly, my snipes that I set are like the price I want to pay, which is usually like market price for the thing I want. So this wouldn't affect me anyway. Or I'm trying to get something that I'm hoping nobody notices. So like if I find a rare variant that the seller didn't notice, I'm just hoping that no one who actually knows what it is bidding on it. So whether they're there in a snipe or there at the last 2 minutes doesn't really affect me for that.
Yeah. So I don't look, it does mess up the snipe. It creates that thing that you described, like, oh, there's this new level of intrigue and interest and like excitement for you. That's just, for me, that just turns into dread. I'm just like, I don't want it. It's like, just put the bid in. I don't want to worry about it anymore after that. I just want to be done. And then like whatever happens. I'm usually fine if I lose an auction or whatever. But I can see where it will entice, like, again, there have been auctions I've lost by like $5 where I'm like, God damn it, I would have paid $5 more. But someone came in with like a big snipe at the end. And I think it will force me to maybe move the needle up in certain cases. But most of the time, no. And like trading cards, when we say run of the mill, I'm talking about Pokemon cards that sell for like $500 on the regular. Like, there's still 100 of them available, like at all times. So this isn't stopping them. So I'm thinking it's going to be for the actual special stuff where that this will be interesting, but it'll be.
I think it's way better for the seller on actual
yeah.
special stuff, because a lot of times when I'm setting a snipe on that, I have no idea where to set my snipe. And then if I see like, oh, someone thinks this is worth $1,200 now, well, that means like immediately, right now, today, this second, this is now worth $1,200. So do I want to spend $1,250, bidding on this very special thing?
Yeah.
Since someone has already cemented the price there. Yeah, there's that. There's no more psychological like, oh, I'm just going to bid $500 and, I'll probably get it. Which I don't do anymore. And I've been burned like once by that. But I think any time that I would put in that FU bid of $500 just so I get it at whatever price, now I will probably just watch the auction live and feel it out.
Yeah. I mean, still prefer to, even when I have snipes set, I still am like usually looking at the auction at the computer. Like, unless I'm in a meeting or something or like at work and I can't get there to like look. If I've got if I've got a snipe in, I'm usually sitting there watching it just because I can't help myself.
You're crazy. Also, you have watched and bid on auction. You do that a lot more recently than I have. Like since I've known you, you definitely have been like, oh, I got to wake up for this auction and put a snipe in live, like a crazy person.
I mean, I have Gixen. I have it like set up. But I still will be there. Like, I'll have my Gixen bid in, and then I'll have my just in case over like tab open in case someone comes in at like 3 seconds and I can't adjust quickly enough on Gixen. So like, I've got that open.
I guess your process is different than mine. Mine is I find something I want, so either I'm looking or there's like a save search that comes up. I put my snipe in, and then I forget about it entirely. Either that shows up at my door, or I forget it ever even existed. I don't even track the auction. I don't even want to see the result in my Gixen history, because if it says that I lost, I'm just going to feel bad. But if I just forget about it, it's like, all right, I forgot about it, so I don't feel as bad. And if it shows up at my door, great.
I wish I could live that free.
Guys, if you don't have one of those Gixen accounts, one of the last good websites on the internet, Gixen.com. No JavaScript. If someone made Gixen today, they'd be like, I'm going to make a reactive UI using Flutter, and we're going to use all these technologies. Gixen is like a slightly updated GeoCities site. They've been in business since 2006. What does the guy charge? It's made by one guy, and his price is like way too reasonable for the insane service and, how much value you get out of it. It's like $9 a year or something. I think he's upped his price, but whatever it is, it's like so reasonable compared to any other service you would use.
It really is. And you should have it. Like, you should just have it.
Yes. You should have it.
So,
my favorite thing, Johnny, is when I press Control U. So I look at the source of a web page, and you can actually read it because it's just like some really simple, understandable HTML and not just like a bunch of JavaScript garbage and trackers. Love it.
Now, I do want to warn people, though. Gixen, because he does take some ads on his thing, sometimes you get some weird-ass ads on his thing. It's maybe a little NSFW, ever so slightly. Like, I don't think it's really not safe for work, but I think it's material that, like, if your coworker looked over, they might go, what the fuck is that? And you probably don't want to have to explain that it's just an ad.
Johnny, what the hell are you talking about? Gixen has ads?
Yeah, Gixen has ads.
Gixen does not have ads. First of all, you should be using an ad blocker. Second of all, you get ads even if you pay for it?
Do I get to control that at work?
Yes. What do you mean? What, you can't use an ad blocker at work? What kind of dystopia are you living in?
Sometimes we cannot. So yeah, like if you look right now, like I open mine and it's just like a picture of like random women on the bottom of this. And it's not like, it doesn't say anything about them. It is just like random women. I don't know if they're celebrities of some kind, Russian prostitutes. I don't know what these women are, but yeah, they are just a banner of women at the bottom of Gixon.
All right, I tried turning off uBlock, and I still do not see that. It could be being blocked by my pie hole, but right.
That's weird because your pie hole usually blocks nothing.
I know. That's right, Johnny. Yeah, so eBay might be getting more interesting. Is really where I just wanted to start off with.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's going to make it worse for people who engage in snipes. I think people who, like you, who get a little bit of a kick out of this are going to enjoy it. And I think people like me are just going to be like, well, all right, this is the world we live in now. So, what are you going to do?
You know what? I hope it gives sellers the confidence to, I mean, assuming that this pilot works out, I imagine there will be people complaining that the sky is falling, but ideally, it just means higher prices for eBay and they'll keep it, right? But what I hope is that people stop listing fucking buy it nows and just have the confidence to list auctions, because I hate buy it nows so much. I hate overpriced buy it nows, like something that I want a lot and it's been on eBay forever and it's just at such an unreasonable price that like no amount of me being desperate will cause me to buy it. And then I hate even more when people underprice something and it's like, wow, my save search got a hit for the first time in 6 months and it's gone because they priced it at an unreasonably low price.
You are the rare person who's just like, I just want to play fair market value on everything and give me my shot.
Exactly. Yes. Let me pay market price for I don't want deals. I want the good stuff.
Yuck.
Man,
let's get them deals.
Fuck deals. If you get deals on anything, go to the Salvation Army, go to their Xbox section. They'll probably have a copy of Halo for $4 when online it's $9. What a deal. It's over 50% off. Who cares?
Hello.
I want the good stuff. Halo.
Okay. Hello.
Right, Johnny, Tyler, what's the good stuff?
What's the good stuff? Well, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about in this episode, but I do have one more question before we get right into the episode. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, GameStop is kind of shifting around their business model, and they have been. They've been kind of experimenting, trying to survive in this new world. So, if GameStop, because it's not specifically video games, they're allowed to get into it. If it does go away, or if they just move away from video games completely, what do you think happens to their inventory? Like, we know they have warehouses full of garbage. Do you think this is all going to landfills? And we know they have warehouses full and bins full of like manuals and other like inserts that they don't know exactly how to place in games. Is all this being e-wasted? What are they going? Are they selling it to another retail chain? Where's all this back inventory of just cart only and disc only bullshit going to turn up?
All right, I have no idea. I don't know how business works, but here is my guess. So obviously it's going to get liquidated somehow. Probably some company is going to go in and buy up all their inventory, right? Even if it's like for a cheap price. But the labor of putting the discs back with the box and manuals is absolutely not worth it to a liquidator, right? So the liquidators are going to throw out all the boxes and manuals and just buy the game media for, a few pennies each game. And that's going to get dumped on Amazon or like whatever happens to disc only media. So it's going to be, it'll be bad, but
it's an apocalypse.
GameStop's already bad. I guess it's an apocalypse, but like, all right, if we lose all the fucking PS4 games at GameStop, I do not care. There's so many PS4 games.
Okay.
Losing the DS cases at GameStop, that was a blow, but.
And 3DS cases too. They did, and Game Boy Advance boxes. They did all of that media dirty, and just taking all of the discs out of cases and then just putting back in random cases. It's mad work that they've done there. GameStop, if you guys don't know, has done more harm than good for video games. Just never forget that. Whatever $5 you saved on a game, just remember how they destroyed your hobby.
Yeah, I used to, like a long time ago at this point, I used to worry about like Guganing or not naphtha. What do we use?
Heptane.
Bestine, yeah, and Heptane. Getting those GameStop stickers off, I'm like, oh, those yellow GameStop stickers, they're so hard to get off. Like, if I see a GameStop sticker on a game now, I do not buy it. I don't care how much cheaper it is. I just want a game that looks like it hasn't been touched from the original owner now.
Well, yeah, and I definitely don't want anything that was ever in GameStop's hands.
Yeah, exactly. Because, the cases get swapped around, the wrong discs get put back in the case.
Yep, wrong manuals. They don't give a shit, guys. Even if you think you're getting a complete game from GameStop, who knows?
The last time I purchased a game from GameStop, I think was when I was doing the Wii U set. And I went up with I went through what was it? It was the Monster Hunter Tri.
Okay.
And I went through all their discs and manuals because, it's a small section and that's a common game. They probably had 5. I picked out the nicest one, brought it up with 5 other games to go buy it. And then, so they rung me up and gave me back a bag full of games. And in the bag, they had swapped my nice box and manual for a generic GameStop box for Monster Hunter Tri.
Oh my God.
That was, I think, the last time I went to GameStop. To be clear, I did go back to them and I'm like, hey, what the fuck is this? I'm not a confrontational person, but I'm like, I'm not accepting the GameStop generic art case that you fucking swapped out. What the fuck?
Man, just remember, GameStop employees never have been paid well. So the level of fucks they have for you is pretty low.
So it's one of two things happens. Either one, they're some kind of person who cares about how many sales the store has. So they gave me the shitty version because they know it'll be easier to sell the version that has the insert art. Or they were so lazy, they had a copy of the game that was in the generic box and they didn't even want to swap the box and manual or the disc and manual over to my copy.
It was that one.
Ugh.
It was for sure that one.
Man.
Which is crazy, by the way. I can't do that because I have a basic amount of pride in my work that wouldn't allow me to do something like that. So I was 17, it was the summer, and I was working, it was hot as balls, and I'm working at a pet store, and I'm working in the rodent section, and in these tight shell, in between these tight shelves, and it's floor to ceiling, rodents and reptiles, Tyler. And it's the feeder section, and I'm in there cleaning cages and stuff. And even that, I would even do I'm not saying I did my best work there, but I couldn't do nah, fuck it, I don't give a shit work. I just never even allowed myself there at the world's dumbest job to do a bad job. I don't understand when people when they have absolutely no fucks. I don't understand how people get to that point. There's just something internal in me that I would just feel bad if I was just doing a bad job.
No, I'm the same way. I mean, at my current job, Johnny, I'm in customer support, and so there's different tiers of it. And let me tell you, the people on the lower tier, it is turned from low effort templates to 100% AI that ignores everything the customer says. It is really bad now. There's a lot of people who give absolutely no fucks.
It's weird. It's I'm not out here saying you always have to be giving 100% and go business, go and make sure you're making them the most money. But I don't know, basic pride in my work. Anyways, I'm glad you feel the same, and I'm not just some crazy person. I mean, both could be true. All right. That was my question. I did send you a picture on the Discord of the ad that comes up when I look at Stupid Gixon. And you can see it in all of its glory before we get into our topic. Guys, if you don't know what our topic is, we have a good one for you. I don't know, Tyler. So let me...
You have a paid account?
Yes.
All right, maybe we're not as positive on Gixon. See, I've never seen this because who on planet Earth doesn't have an ad blocker? But he's 100% right. There's no text. They're not particularly salacious pictures. They're maybe a little bit, but they're just six pictures of women that look like they could have just been taken from these ladies' Instagram. Nothing else.
They're a little bit booby, but not enough. It's just like I said, it's just enough where a coworker would be like, "What are you looking at?" And you could be like, I don't know what this is. I'm trying to bid on an auction. It's just it's not pornography, I swear.
You don't understand.
You
I'm bidding on
wrong.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, like, no, you don't understand. I'm just trying to win some Masters of the Universe figures over here. I don't care about these women. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's weird. So,
well, hey, if you're still using Google Chrome, as far as I know, the update came into effect where they basically blocked uBlock Origin. So, welcome to the Firefox gang. And if you think Firefox sucks, yeah, it does, because all browsers kind of suck. So, now you're here with us. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Don't you love web browsers?
I do. So good. I love
the internet. I love good.
I love the world we live in, where like your browsers are like poisoning you and listening to you, and your media is poisoning you and listening to and not listening to you. The media doesn't listen to you and poisons you. Your browser does listen to you and poisons you anyways. It's great. I love this.
So to everybody under the age of, I don't know, 21, websites on the internet, you used to go to a website, which was probably for like marketing or even buying stuff, and it would be fun to click around and explore it. And it was actually fun to just go on the website.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Nick in our Discord was actually showing off some old internet pages, and you're like, oh yeah, internet pages used to be unique and have a certain amount of charm to them. And now it is just, it's all ubiquitous nothingness, plain, bland, everything's the same. And made to monetize you as hard as possible.
Go find an RPG Classics shrine. I think those are still somewhat popular in like Central, Google maybe? Search results. Look for like the Legend of Zelda shrine, and you'll find a very early 2000s ass website. And just imagine the entire internet was like that now. It was awesome.
It definitely had more charm. You felt like you were going places. You know, like you felt like you were visiting something. Now everything is just maximized UI, best eye spacing. Here's ads. Anyways, speaking of something your eyeballs should take front and center and look at, Tyler, we're doing an episode on a dumb variant today. This is a Johnny episode for all those people who won't figure it out. I like to find dumb variants and a category of dumb variants and then showcase them. And this is like the most 90s variant I can think of. Lenticular covers, or a game that has a lenticular item included into it. This is not all of them, but I have picked some. I made a big document. There's more than you would think. And this obviously didn't do a complete search, but I found quite a few, and from games of a lot of different eras here that came with a lenticular aspect to them, mostly covers. And we're going to talk about those and whether they're fun or interesting, or just like, can we stop this now? And like, what are the drawbacks? Is this cool? And what are the prices?
Johnny, what is a lenticular cover?
Good question, Tyler. Sometimes called holographic covers, not really, but it is a cover, and it's basically two images where they are kind of raised. The images are kind of offset to one another. So if you tilt it one way, it shows one image. If you tilt the image the other way, it shows the other. Sometimes it can be made to make it look like the same picture is then doing motion. Like a girl goes from standing in a pose to doing a kick, you know, like from you're flipping it back and forth. So, yeah, it's just a form of art where the pixels are stacked neatly enough and adjusted to one another enough that you create this double image. And you can even do triple images.
It's not two images. It could be a series of images.
Yeah.
And it uses the, like basically a plastic lens. It's like a rippled plastic lens. So depending on what angle you look at the image at, you're seeing a different image. And usually each image is slightly different. So it'll show motion, or it'll be two completely separate images. So one image transforms into the other when you tilt the cover. And a really fun fact about lenticular prints, this technology, if you look up, I'm just on the Wikipedia page, there's all this math and stuff that's involved in
it's cool. It's a cool process.
Lenticular lenses. And somebody worked really hard on this when they figured out how to do this, and they all look like fucking garbage.
Terrible.
This technology is only used in like children's trading cards because Nothing has ever looked good, and only a 6-year-old would ever think this is cool.
No, and the bigger the image gets, the worse they look.
I've seen like a few billboards that have this, I think.
That's not good.
Or not, maybe not billboards, maybe like at like bus stop ads, but like they're so terrible.
Because like a lot of times you can't, like the bigger it is, like you can't like do the wave effect on it. You can't like do the tilt. So you're like trying to like walk past it. So you get caught in like this in between. And it's.
Yeah, because of the way it works, like I never feel like I'm looking at one image or another image. It always feels like I've got like half of one, and then it like kind of is like weirdly fading in at like some of the edges. So like for the motion, it's usually like, I get it, I see the motion, but like it's so blurry and shitty, it doesn't look good. So I hate these.
Yeah, no, I hate them too. Yeah, they always look bad, and yep, it like you're like, oh hey, look at this 4x3 TV from like, I don't know, right in front of it. Like if you got in front of like a really pixelated image, they just always look terrible. Never. That like, has one of these ever looked nice ever?
I don't think so, but they're still making them because we're not going over them all, but like we've got Xbox One games on your list of PS4 games.
And that I've got PS5 ones. So Front Mission First has a remake on the PS5, and it has a lenticular cover. We're talking the PS5. Like what is still happening?
And the thing is, these are usually on like first prints and collector's editions to make it look more premium, and it makes it look different. It makes it distinguished, but it doesn't make it feel premium.
No.
Like in theory, I don't think in reality, but in theory, a steelbook is a more premium version of a plastic case because it's metal. It's a worse case in every way, but it technically feels like a more premium material. Technically.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start out, and the list isn't in the order that I want to talk about, so I'm going to jump around a little bit, Tyler, and we're going to talk about these. All right. So again, different aspects. We got different stuff going on. I think one of the most famous ones, Tyler, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Claymates for the Super Nintendo. You familiar with this one?
We're starting the show with a showstopper because this is maybe the only one I really care about.
So Claymates for the Super Nintendo. What is this? It's another one of these like Clay Fighter-esque, clay games. And the big thing is it has a lenticular cover right on the front of it. But a lot of these games will put an image behind it. Not Claymates. Claymates, in all of its infinite wisdom, just kept the front of the box plain and then used like glue tabs to hang this thing on the box. Because it's basically like that, like Tyler said, like a plastic rectangle that's like imagine like a plasticky postcard that they just pasted to the front of the box where the art should go on it. This thing always falls off. Most of us, what happens when it falls off, you just slide it into the front of the box where the manual is, or you've got it in the box holder just sitting there, dead and lifeless, fallen from the front of your game.
Or if you're me, I would get some of that wood glue from Home Depot that has the 3 on it. So they make 1, 2, and 3, and 3 you could stick 2 2x4s together and then never come apart and just glue that sucker back on and don't worry about it.
Okay.
Also, I forgot what you said. You said, what was your description of Claymates? You were like, it's a claymation type game. Like Clay Fighter. It's basically the platformer version of Clay Fighter.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think they're technically in the same series, but they're made by the same people.
It was just this art style that like went around. Imagine like MTV Celebrity Deathmatch that is after this. All the old like Rankin and Bass, Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman specials. Claymation, guys. This kind of style, but for video games.
It had a moment in the mid 90s.
And sometimes it comes back like what's the show? Ted Lasso did like a claymation episode like recently. I mean, as recent as Ted Lasso is, I think like the 3rd season or 2nd season did one. Yeah, it pops up. Like people love people have a lot of nostalgia for claymation, so people go back to the well on this, and we'll bring it up. Anyways, this game is about $80, and just don't stress out if the lenticular cover is not on the front. That's really why I wanted to talk about this, like, because everyone's gonna be like, we got to get everything in the nicest condition, and this lenticular cover is falling off every single box eventually. So don't stress out.
I mean, don't stress out, but like make sure you have it. Make sure it's in the box.
No. Make sure you get it, but also don't worry about it if it falls off.
Yeah, it's because the box is literally just it's almost completely black and blank if you don't have the thing on it. So it looks real bad.
Yeah, it looks like a fake box or like a test box or something without it on there. Very funny.
So if I'm at a convention, I always pick up every single copy of Claymates to look if it has the cover. It's not even that expensive of a game. I don't know what the premium is. Like, I assume people are not buying this if it doesn't have the thing on it. But like complete in box, it's like an $85 game. So it's not like you're hitting the jackpot if you find one, but I always want to see if it has the cover. And by the way, it never does. They're all falling off. I never checked the boxes, but yeah, they've all fallen off.
Yeah. So if you are someplace and you only see that black cover, do check inside the box, because I know a lot of people throw it in the box. All right, Tyler, let's stick with the Super Nintendo, shall we? The Super Nintendo and Genesis, and talk about one of my favorite one of these. You know which one I'm talking about?
Another claymation game.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah? No?
Is it Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures, though?
It is Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. This is the game that I think exactly 0 people asked to exist. Everyone is down on this game. This game gets no love anywhere, I don't think. It's always been known as like a bottom tier game.
I guess. I don't know. It's
or just such a nothing game that I just never. Are you ever finding anyone with a strong opinion about this game?
No, because no one wants to play a Pac-Man adventure game. It's like it's a point and click. It's not really a point and click adventure. It's an adventure game like how the Beavis and Butthead game on Genesis and SNES is an adventure game. Where sure, Beavis and Butthead, I'm expecting probably a platformer, but if not, sure, an adventure game, that makes sense. Pac-Man, a series that is, 50% maze games and 50% platformers, I'm not expecting it to have an adventure game. Which, most people would find that novel these days, but when it came out, I guess... Well, I don't know.
3 games in one.
It's not rare, so people bought this game.
No. A lot of them. There was a lot of these sold. It's 3 games in one. Hey, guess what? It now has a revolutionary new character guidance interface. CGI.
Whoa! So are you telling me that the other graphics that all the Pac-Man games have weren't computer generated?
No. Whoa. Well, those aren't this isn't computer graphic. This is character guidance interface, CGI. Trademarked. This is on the back of the box. They trademarked this, by the way.
I think, you know what? I think that someone needs to go make a YouTube channel. Everyone has a gaming YouTube channel, so it's really hard to find something unique. Go find video games unusual genres, because calling it an adventure game, like a point-click adventure game, I don't think is exactly doing a service to what Pac-Man 2 is. It's a pretty strange and unique game, I think, especially for being in a major series like Pac-Man.
So I just love the back of the box. Enter an original animated adventure with the world's first video game hero. But the star of your cartoon has a mind of his own. It's going to take all of your skills. I don't
want that. I want to control the character that I'm playing in a video game. I don't want to shoot a slingshot to make him think he should go over here.
Yeah. Carefully guide Pac-Man through his hilarious action-packed cartoon adventure. The minute somebody tells me something is hilarious, I'm already, especially in 90s kids, already like, no, it's not. I'll never laugh at this. You'll never make me laugh. How dare you call it hilarious? Anyways, what is interesting about this game, Tyler? Do you know? There's some interesting stuff going on with this game.
There's multiple interesting things. I know there's a lot of variants on the Sega Genesis.
There is a lot of variants on this game, just kind of everywhere. So there's a Majesco release that comes with a black and white manual on both systems. You don't want that. Has a reg card, different reg card on the Majesco release. The Majesco release also does not have the lenticular cover on it. So there's a version of this game that does not have the lenticular cover. Also, the cover of this game is not particularly good. It's got Pac-Man jumping off a cliff and a hang glider, and the animation on it, it just looks very stupid, honestly.
Well, I mean, there's multiple cardboard box variants, Johnny. So there's the tuck box and the one that has the slide out box. For you Genesis people. I'm not going to explain what those are, Johnny. They're just two different kinds of cardboard boxes. But I guess first print, because the Majesco one wouldn't have it. The made in Japan Pac-Man 2 has a lenticular cover that I think is included on the inside of the case, because a lot of times you see it not actually in the case. Yeah, which makes me think that a lot of people had it and they didn't know what they were supposed to do with it.
Yeah, so it is glued on to the front. Again, will fall off, but I think this one stays on better than the Claymates one.
Oh, okay. Is that it? All right.
Yeah. So far more of these stay intact. The Genesis one has changed the aspect ratio of it, because obviously Genesis games have a different aspect ratio. So yeah, the lenticular card on that is different. Still doing the same art, but just more cramped. So the Super Nintendo one and the Genesis one both have unique inserts, a couple of unique inserts. It's got like a $5 coupon on it, and it says so. The dumb thing is it has a coupon splash that is in the middle of the lenticular image. So you like shift it over and then you see the image. And then if the lenticular cover ever falls off, the image with the splash is there below it. So it's a choice.
Johnny, I like how every time there's a multi-platform game like this, you default to thinking of the SNES version, and I always default to thinking of the Genesis version.
Yeah, well, you were incorrect. Yeah, that's not news. Anyways, yeah, I think it has 3 unique inserts, plus it's got a fan club thing on that as well. So maybe 4 unique inserts for this. So it's just got a lot going on, and most copies don't have that. You can find them on eBay complete for like $100 for the Super Nintendo. The Genesis one usually does not command the same kind of premium. It's like $20, $30, but a lot of times it's missing the inserts, or doesn't have all of the inserts. So be very careful with what you're buying if you want to get this game exactly complete. This is one of these weird ones for Super Nintendo that's not very desirable, but this is the first print with the lenticular and all these inserts, and it just has a ton of them. It's like, I don't know why it has so many inserts, but it does.
Johnny, let me get you to the auction history for the sealed copies of this game.
Hold on.
Oh,
I want to just tell it that one of the things on there is the big coupon, the splash, is for $5 worth of free tokens at Aladdin's Castle.
That's fucking awesome. You know what? Get your copy of Pac-Man 2 with that coupon, and then just throw 20 tokens from Aladdin's Castle in there. Arcade tokens, by the way, absolutely worthless. You can just go on eBay and get them like well under 25 cents each for like classic arcade ones.
Now, can you spend those in modern arcades? Can we?
I mean, I think that's illegal.
Arbitrage?
I'm not sure, but absolutely, yes. The token machines are the same, or you just have to figure out the exact token size for the coin mix in your arcade. But most of them are the same. I forget the exact dimensions.
Okay,
maybe you know what? Don't do that. Arcades are struggling enough. If you do that, one, they're gonna notice when they're going through the tokens, and then they're gonna switch the machines over to like those stupid swipe cards, and nobody wants that. You want tokens.
All right, I agree. Don't steal from arcades, guys. But you could, and it's possible.
Very possible. Just get a string with a token on it. You just got to get there's probably all sorts of methods of defeating coin mechs from the 1980s.
Are you man enough to do it though? That's the real question.
I think arcade games are a good value. Being out with some friends, you boot up a track and field game for 25 cents a person. That's just a deal. Why would you want to steal that? It's basic. They're probably already losing money on like classic arcade games at a barcade compared to like the space they need to rent and the power they need to use to keep it on, and the fact that 99% of the time no one is actually playing the classic arcade games. They're playing like air hockey because they don't actually care about old arcade games. They're just there for the ambiance.
True. Tyler,
Hey.
we've been to an arcade together. We've done this. We've been in Vegas together playing arcades.
Oh, well, Pinball Hall of Fame. I don't know. That doesn't count that much as an arcade because that's a really unique thing.
But there was arcades in there. We put tokens in a machine and we played arcade games. What do you want? What else do we need?
That's a great place. Everybody should visit the Pinball Hall of Fame in Las Vegas.
There's our free ad.
Slowly. it's not slowly dying, but it's like always in a state of like 33% disrepair and 66% pretty damn good considering how many pinball machines they have. But like a good third of them will just straight up be off.
And you can see the one guy who runs the whole thing constantly puttering about, doing his job, just laboring away at his life's work.
It is absolutely his life's work. That guy just wants to fix games. As far as I understand, he is not the friendliest guy.
I mean, probably because he probably loves these things and people come in and treat him with such disrespect and he's constantly fixing them and he's like, they don't fucking understand these things. These fucking asshole kids. Like,
he is like, I think he's literally in there every single day because every time I've been there, I've seen him. And like, imagine, like, we kind of know what's going on. We know, like, okay, these are sometimes like 70, 80-year-old games. Obviously, a lot of them aren't going to work. Obviously, vintage pinball is a hard thing to keep up and running, let alone when hundreds of people from the general public are just coming in and beating on them all day. So how many times him with like his cart of tools and the little flashlight on his head does he have stupid people coming up to him being like, this thing doesn't work over here, and like, oh, this ate my token, like kind of thing. Like sometimes like stuff he needs to fix, but like he must just get nonstop bombarded by fucking bullshit every day. If you don't know, this is a warehouse of, I don't know, 400 pinball machines that are all like active, ready to take tokens, and has like the one guy running around fixing it all.
And has arcade machines randomly in there too. Yep. It's just like, and again, it's not just the general public, it's Vegas people. Vegas people, man.
And like half the space is dedicated to just storage of broken shit.
Yeah.
Like there's the broken shit on the floor and then just another warehouse full of broken shit. Not hidden from view. It's just like, yeah, this is one big warehouse, deal with it. This is the Pinball Hall of Fame, guys.
Yep. All right. Anyways, that's our talk about the Pinball Hall of Fame and arcades. But I'm going to move us over to Japan. Hey, you like Japan.
Johnny,
you got more to say about?
Can I go over the auction prices for Pac-Man 2?
I did.
No, the sealed prices.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So between 2022 and 2024, I think about 10 copies have sold. Most of them in like 9.4, 9.6 condition, like kind of A seals, a couple 8.5s. Almost all of them sold for like $100, $150.
Yep.
And then July 2022, a 9.6 A+ made in Japan lenticular cover for Super Nintendo sold for $1,320.
What in the absolute F is going on?
And then 2 years ago, a copy in the same exact grade, same variant, sold for $260.
Perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's graded game collecting, guys. Be careful out there, friends. It's rough waters. You could be sailing.
2022, we were obviously still pretty. I mean, that's after the peak, but still very frothy and crazy. But like Pac-Man 2, that's what you're spending $1,300 on. Out of all the games we could have bought at this point, maybe they were thinking like, oh well, Pac-Man. Everyone loves Pac-Man. I need to get this classic series.
Yeah, I don't know. Mistakes were definitely made on this. Okay,
all right,
are you
take us somewhere else?
I'm taking you to Japan and to the Sega CD. You interested?
No.
No. But Tyler, this is Jaguar XJ 220. I don't know if it's supposed to be XJ 220 or 220. I don't know how they want me to say this because I wasn't a car guy back in like 1992 or 3, whenever this was made.
Doesn't matter. The Jaguar company basically doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. Anyways, there is a Japanese version of this game. The US version comes in a horrible cardboard box and is always in bad shape. It used to be very hard to find copies on eBay. And for some reason, I'm like looking on eBay and there are like 5, 6 complete copies on eBay, and it used to be like you could never find a box. Back in the day when Tyler and I were like collecting Sega CD, this thing was like a unicorn. You're just like, oh my god, finally, I will take the shittiest copy I can find because they just don't pop up. And now, like on eBay, there's just like copies chilling.
I think that we've scrounged all the copies of like these rare Sega CD games out of all the woodwork now, and like some people have collected them and then quit collecting and dumped their stuff. And how many people who actually care about Sega CD don't just have everything they need in Sega CD? Like, how many new collectors are coming in and buying random, uncommon, shitty Sega CD games? There's no appetite in the market for Jaguar XJ220 anymore.
I agree, but I mean, you know what it used to be like for this game? None of the boxes are nice.
My box sucks.
I bought one, like the nicest box I've ever seen, and I think I paid like a premium, $70 on it in Milwaukee or something, just because I was like, man, this box is just nice, and I would just like to own a nice copy of this. Anyways, this dumb version is like between $50 and $100 if you get the US one. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Japanese one, Tyler, where for some reason they threw a lenticular cover that goes in front of the manual on this thing.
Yep, this Jaguar XJ220 game that definitely deserves it. I don't know. Who is... I don't know the Japanese car scene. I don't know what they think of Jaguars. I think, like, in America, certainly in the 90s, it has, like, this kind of upscale appeal to it. Fancy supercar. I don't know. Do they care about British supercars in Japan? Because Japan has a lot of fucking cool cars.
So they are... It's very anime cover on here, like, almost computer-generated anime, though. Like, I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's definitely Speed Racer inspired. Like, they tried to make this Jaguar look like, oh god, is it the Mach 5 in Speed Racer? I can't remember. And it looks like Speed Racer is behind the wheel in this game. If you look at it, like zoom in and look at the cover of the silver Jaguar, it looks like Speed Racer is racing this car, down to the white gloves and everything.
I mean, they needed to spice this one up. If I look for a Jaguar XJ220 on eBay or on Google, there's multiple articles about how it's undervalued and how it's a forgotten 90s supercar and that it struggled to find an audience even in the 90s. So they probably thought this was going to be a cooler car than it was. Like, imagine if this game was called like Nissan Skyline GTR. Then it would be like the fucking coolest game ever, right? People would be spending $200 on it.
Maybe. But they didn't. Anyways, come for the lenticular, stay for Speed Racer, who is clearly in the front seat of this Jaguar racing it.
All right. I don't care about this.
No. And look, you're going to pay between $50 and $60 on this, and probably a little bit less if you get it, like on Yahoo auctions. Okay.
Don't buy this.
I thought it was mainly interesting because Jaguar is such a pain in the ass on the Sega CD to get, and like, there's just this copy with a lenticular cover, and to show that even in other territories, they were not immune to lenticular covers on their games. And a game like we said, these lenticular covers, who are they for? It's for like children, right? But who was the Jaguar game for? That was like definitely pushed at adults. So they're like, here, we'll make a fun lenticular cover. Adults will love that. Let's buy this very serious racing game. Okay. It's a choice. A choice. I mean,
I think it probably wasn't exciting enough on its own. They needed to do something to catch people's eyes.
Anyways, we're now moving away from this era, and we're drifting further into the 90s, Tyler, to, I don't know, some might say one of the greatest consoles, if not the greatest console ever, the PS1.
Can I just say, this is going to be the first Collector's Quest episode where we don't mention the NES.
Yeah, oh yeah. I didn't look that hard on the NES. I'm sure there's some lenticular bullshit on the Famicom that I just didn't find.
There definitely is.
All right. So there was a whole series of games that got lenticular covers. do you wanna just like give us a couple? There's a specific group here that all made by the same people, like that are known. Their first editions had lenticular covers.
Is there a specific group? So Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3.
And Spyro.
Okay, so I put BS here because Spyro 2 does not have a lenticular cover. I don't know what you're talking about. Spyro 2 has a foil cover.
Does that? Did I confuse myself? Did
You
I
sure
just
did.
Right.
And you know what? When did Spyro 2 come out in relation to Crash Warped? Because I'm hoping that they learned their lesson. So Spyro 2 came out in 1999. And let's say Crash Warped just continued the trend from Crash 2. So when did Crash 2 come out? 1997? I think they knew lenticular was bullshit. Yes. So Crash 2 came out in 1997, lenticular cover. Crash Bandicoot Warped came out in 1998, lenticular cover. Spyro 2 came out in 1999, foil cover, because a foil cover looks more premium than a lenticular cover. Because when you look at Popful Mail or Vey or something on the Sega CD, you're like, damn, these working designs games look nice. And no one ever looks at Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped and they're like, wow, this is a collectible.
I mean, maybe they do.
The only other interesting thing I had to say about these games is that the non-lenticular cover of Crash 2 actually seems rarer, but on Crash 3, the lenticular seems rarer. It doesn't matter. I would just get the lenticular for either case, regardless of what the price difference is.
Yes. You want that, and since we brought it up, you might as, if you are looking at the Spyro game, get the foil cover as well.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, fun little variants that you can find, and it helps distinguish your collection that you got the first print. I don't know. Do you know if this is the same game? I didn't look it up, but I meant to. But Spyro 2 is Ripto's Rage in America, but I think the PAL copy and the Australian copy is called like Gateway to Glimmer.
I've never heard of Gateway to Glimmer, so it has to be... Yeah, that's the same game.
Yeah.
It's the PAL version of Spyro 2.
Just like Ripto's Rage to Gateway to Glimmer. These are very different titles.
That's weird because this is an American game, right? Yeah, it's made by Insomniac, who's American. So what you would normally see is a game have a normal name in like Japan, and then when it comes to America, they have to give it an angry name with attitude, or like the cover gets changed to have angry eyebrows. Now Kirby has attitude. I don't know, but maybe it is like, oh, Ripto's Rage, that's too American and angry. We're gonna chill out to sell it to Europeans.
Yeah. Anyways, Gateway to Glimmer. I just thought that was fun fact. Also, the Spyro games are part of like a 3-pack, so be careful. Don't buy the one that has like the white PlayStation Collector's Edition. I mean, you can, but make sure you get it in the 3-pack if you're doing that. Okay. That was just like a chunk of PS1 games, but there's more. PS1 had a bigger library, so they had more options. Skull Monkeys. Do you know about Skull Monkeys, Tyler?
I don't know if it's the sequel to or if it's just tangentially related to the Neverhood, but I know it's another Doug Tenapel game. I think it's a platformer, not an adventure game. Yes. How is that? Do I know about Skull Monkeys? How was that? 10 out of 10?
You did it.
All right.
So this has a lenticular cover. And, hey, we love to talk about the Neverhood and Doug Penatel over here. So we talked about him last episode. I figured let's bring it back one more time and talk about Skull Monkeys with its lenticular cover, which is about $90. We didn't see the prices of like the Crash games. So like $20 to $30, by the way. Yeah, this is it's like a $90 game. Skull Monkeys is a little expensive.
I think people really like how these games look, and that because they look very, very nice. Claymation. This is real claymation. You know what? Claymates on SNES is kind of bullshit. That's not claymation. I mean, look at that. It's like maybe they like drew over clay, or they just gave sprites a clay style. But like Skull Monkeys and the Neverhood are legitimate claymation.
Yeah. And the covers, again, like in Japan and the US, very different covers. Skull Monkeys in the US is just like a big skull chewing on the logo for Skull Monkeys, the title. And
I don't know what's going
very
on
aggressive.
that. Like, imagine making like fully clay worlds, fully clay characters, all this beautiful stuff, and you're like, oh, Americans like skulls. They're stupid. Just put a skull on there, no background. All right.
None at all. So, anyways, cool game. Like it a lot. And you can get it for $90. And it's got a lenticular cover, so make sure that you do have the lenticular cover. Okay.
All the copies I saw had it. Didn't seem like a problem.
I don't know if it can peel off or if that just like ruins it, but if you see a copy without it on there, I would be avoiding it.
Yeah, most of these PS1 games, the lenticular thing is like on the manual underneath the jewel case, so it's like not a problem.
And we have one more in this kind of category, and it's The Lost World Jurassic Park for the PS1. Tyler, woo, it's got a lenticular cover. People will sometimes say hollow. That's not correct. This is a game. This is a weird game because it also has a greatest hits version where the greatest hits version is called the special edition. And I think has additional content. Jason from Game Rave, you can go to the PlayStation library and there will be an article about this game. And this is the perfect thing to go check there and find out exactly what's going on in that special edition and if it's got more content. Go to PlayStationLibrary.com.
I'm not going to do that right now, but you guys can.
No. I'm saying we're talking about the lenticular cover. And again, this is also like on the Sega Saturn. That doesn't have a lenticular cover. Only this PS1 copy does. And not the greatest hits version. And again, the greatest hits / special edition. So it is a weird game that has like the greatest hits has an additional title. So it's like, do you count this twice? I hate this game for this moment right here. Because it causes confusion. You're like, oh, do I need to get the special edition of this game, which is also the greatest hits? I don't, like, maybe. I did, because I've got a disease.
You don't have to collect sets. You just don't need to worry about it.
Well, Tyler, that ship sailed a long time ago.
If I wanted to play it, though, I would just buy
Greatest
both.
hit.
If it's a case where like the greatest hits is like clearly better in like a meaningful way, I would buy the black label for my shelf and then, the greatest hits to play and then shove at the end of my shelf away from my nice black label games.
Yeah, you have to keep those separated. Thanks, Offspring.
Not your best keep them separated insert there, but all right.
Yeah, no, I like to bring it around for you. So here's the one I like though, Tyler. This is my favorite one of the PS1. Thousand Arms. Do you know what Thousand Arms is?
It's an RPG I don't care about, is what it is.
Yeah, it sure is an RPG. But hey, this is one of those double jewel case RPGs on the PS1 that makes it so popular. And it's got a splash right on the cover, and it says Collector's 3D Trading Card. Memory card stickers, free CD offer included, music, soundtrack, PC screensaver, desktop themes, anime wallpaper, and much more. It is talking about all these bonuses that are in this game. And if it tells you it's an RPG right on the cover as well, there's a little shield up there, but it does come with a little lenticular card inside, Tyler, that says Thousand Arms, and you can go to atlas.com. That's the other key thing here, is this is an Atlas RPG. So that makes it a little bit collectible. And you know what that means? It's an RPG and it's from Atlas. Big money, big prizes. You can pay some money for this one.
Did people buy this in like, the 90s and they're like, oh, it's an Atlas game. And they get this stupid lenticular card in it. And they look at it for like 2 seconds. It's a guy like swinging a sword or something. It's very unimpressive anime style animation. And they're like, wow, Atlas is really taking care of us as collectors, as gamers. This is a collector's card. Well, we really need to get into these Atlas games. These are really good.
Well, don't forget, Tyler, you're minimizing the memory card stickers. It also is one of these games. I love these when it has like a lenticular item and then also as part of another set. Like I consider these little subsets like the games that came with memory card stickers for the PS1. And this is also over in that set, like Ogre Battle's a part of that set as well. So you can really spend a lot of money if you want to get all of the stupid memory card stickers. And for this one, you'll need the memory card stickers and this stupid lenticular card to get it close. And most of the CIBs that have it are like $200. It's like $150 without one of those components, but to get them both, you'll pay about $200.
That's a deal.
Yeah. Go get it.
Yeah, don't get it without those.
No. Buy both, make sure it has both of them.
I like memory card stickers, and not today. Today it would be stupid because every collector who bought it would never use it. But in 1999 or whenever this game came out, that was a functional thing because you might have had multiple memory cards, and this is a way to distinguish between the memory cards in a nice way. So I remember on N64, I had a Duke Nukem memory card and a regular memory card, so I distinguished them that way. But if I had two identical memory cards, I would have absolutely used any game that came with memory card stickers to slap them on there. I like them. But not anymore, because now no one would ever use the stickers, so now they suck.
Again, this is, I like this, again, part of a double set here. And that's why this is, of the PS1 games, this is my favorite one. Even though Skull Monkeys is pretty cool, like just a cool game, a cooler game probably. But as a collector's item, I like this Thousand Arms. But if you are buying this, if you were going to spend money on this, make sure it has both things inside. Okay. I'm moving us on. We're moving to a new console, Tyler. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
How do you feel about the Sega Dreamcast, huh?
Oh, I thought we were going somewhere cooler than that. I think the Dreamcast is overrated. How do you feel about the Dreamcast?
Well, actually, I'm sorry. I did. I took us the wrong direction. We're supposed to go to the N64. I skipped it. I skipped a console. Let's go to the N64. Tell me about... I'll just tell you. Hey, I like the Legend.
You guys know, this fucking list that we're looking at is in alphabetical order by console. It is the most meaningless order.
Well, it's because it's a table because you keep the episode idea docs in a Word doc, and I can't do all the filtering that I want and create the correct order. This is dog shit being in here. We could just be in a spreadsheet like, a proper civilization. You are like...
Put me in a plain text document so I don't have to deal with all this highlighting bullshit.
You are the Facebook of documents. I hate it.
All right.
Anyways, just though, if I can tack on the Facebook of anything to someone that's just amplifying my insult. Anyways, the N64, this is a game I think, you probably all have, probably don't need to do a lot of work to get it, but The Legend of Zelda, the Majora's Mask. It has a lenticular cover on the cart. That's all I want to say about it. It's unique. I don't know if there's any other cart that has this. It's there. It exists. Go get it if you don't have it.
It's technically the collector's edition cart, which the first print of Majora's Mask is called the collector's edition. I don't think you actually have to pay extra for it because it doesn't really include anything else in it. It is more common sealed to get the collector's edition, and it's like 200-ish complete in box now. Or it's like a $60 or $70 cart. I don't know. I would get this. Usually I go out of my way to avoid collector's editions now, but because it's just the same thing with a shinier cartridge, I'm fine.
I mean, you aren't getting the non-special edition of Zelda, especially back then. This is crazy.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
No way.
If I only had to have one copy of it's such a bad example for Zelda. Yeah, you're right.
So, come on. What are we talking about here? Anyways, we all know about Zelda. I just think the interesting thing is that this is on the cartridge. Where are you finding lenticular covers on cartridges? Definitely at me when I've missed one. Tell me where I missed one, because I would love to know. I'm sure there's another one. Yeah, tell me more. But Legend of Zelda and a lenticular cover? Man, get that lenticular cover collection complete. But Tyler, let's drop some collecting knowledge on. This is the secret sauce that we do here at Collector's Quest. Sometimes we give you stuff you don't know about. Tyler, tell them about it. Tell them about it.
WrestleMania 2000. On the back of the box for some copies of WrestleMania 2000, there's a little stupid lenticular card. It's already a small card. We're talking like a fifth the size of the back of the box. And it's split up into, I think, 4 different scenes. So they're like postage stamp little action shots of like wrestlers doing.
No, it's bigger than a fifth of the back of the box. It's probably a quarter of the box. Yeah, all
right. It's a quarter of the box. It's a little smaller than a quarter, so I said a fifth. Whatever. Either way, postage stamp like action shots of wrestlers in the game is like in-game graphics.
Yeah.
And the cool part about this is that there are 2 cutouts in the box, and you slip 2 diagonal corners of this card, and it attached to the back of the box. So no glue. It wasn't just shrunk wrapped to the box. It has a spot on the box it's supposed to be in. But there's also a variant of WrestleMania 2000 that doesn't have those cutouts in the box because it didn't come with the card anymore at that point. And then there's a middle print where the box has the cutouts for the card, but the sealed copies of the game didn't include the card anymore.
Which is crazy.
It's cool because there are people who get really into box construction and things like that. This is going to be the only N64 game that has these little cutouts on the box. It's kind of neat. I like it.
It is unique. Where else are you finding this?
So this is kind of a case where this is not a relatable example at all. If you pick up an Atari 5200 cartridge and flip it over, there's a little cutout on the back for an instruction card that just kind of slides right into the cartridge, and it's always missing. And this is a case where I would want to be able to pick up my copy of WrestleMania 2000 off my shelf. I want this lenticular card to be slotted into their little slots on my copy of WrestleMania 2000. So you have to go check your complete in box N64 collection and go fix this right now.
Yeah. And again, because there was this middle print where it wasn't included, you could have the cutouts and not have the card. So that means there's going to be more cutouts than there are cards available.
Yep. I mean, that would be the case anyway, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's always going to be the case, but that case is amplified.
Yep. So these are rare. You guys should value this just like you value Chrono Trigger registration cards. So this is now $1,000 insert, guys.
Yeah. Or how much should they really pay for this?
$50 complete in box with the game. Maybe $100 for a nice one.
But Tyler, there's more to talk about on this game because it has another dumb variant. And I didn't check. So no, I did check. So there is one with a lenticular copy. I don't know if I checked the back of the box to make sure that it had the stupid cutouts, but it definitely had the lenticular card. So there's a variant of this game that on the side flap, on the left-hand flap of the game, side of the box, there's the wrestlers' names, but there's 2 different wrestlers that can be on the art on the side of this box, which is already obscured because it's gray. It's like black and white. And then it's got WrestleMania in 2000 and the N64 and THQ logo all going on the side of this box. But there's an art variant here where they put a different wrestler on the side of on this left side of the box.
Yeah, they got there's Jeff Jarrett, Double J, on one of them, and Road Dogg is on the other one. And I think there's also one that says uncategorized legacy variants on the Wada Pop report. I don't know what the hell that means, but I guess this is interesting because if you just have an N64 set and they're all lined up, you could get sometimes all right, there's an uninteresting variant, whatever. They change some text on the box. But if all your things are lined up, these actually do look different and they would be a distinguishable variant as they're sitting on your shelf. And it's a cheap game, so I don't know. I think this is maybe worth picking up if you're an N64 set guy.
Yeah. The problem with trying to get this thing off of eBay is that you're going to be looking at all these covers, all these games, and you have to hope they took a picture of the left side of the box so you can check that stupid flap. So, have fun.
The other side, so the right side has Kane on it.
Yes.
So that's not the side. You want the side
always
that's not Kane on it.
Well, and it has pictures on the top and the bottom. There's some wrestler on the top who I don't know who it is. And on the bottom, there's some girl. Is that China on the bottom of the box?
China.
Yeah.
We're looking at the same auction. This is really funny. Because there's one guy on eBay who took pictures of all the sides of the box.
Oh, no. I have my box.
Oh, you have yours in front of you? Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to just go get my box so I can look at this stupid thing when we talk about it.
Cool.
All right. So, yeah, this is a fun variant. People don't talk about it. I don't think people know about it. Probably I'm not going to be oh, it's so undervalued. But again, I don't think people talk about this. This was kind of new to me when I was doing the research on this. So obviously people list on eBay, they list the lenticular thing, but the fact that it has cutouts and stuff, it's not like I've looked at a lot of N64 stuff. So it's not like I'm just coming in as a nobody, know nothing.
I mean, we have been known to complain that N64 doesn't have interesting enough collectory stuff. Yeah. So it's exciting to find, or to at least learn about collectory
Yes.
stuff on an N64 game.
Yeah, love this. And again, like the box having cutouts is it's such a unique thing. Like, who cares about the lenticular card, really? I mean, it's part of the thing, but like they paid for box construction. You know how much more it had to cost them to like just put these little cuts in the box? It's just not something they would do normally.
And it's
like,
on the back of the box, so like you wouldn't even have seen it from the shelf.
Yeah. This, like, the fact that they didn't like try to sell you on the front of the box, there's no splash on it that says like lenticular card. You're like, it's just there. It's weird. Anyways, like it a lot. Anyways, that's our N64. Now, I will warp us back to where we were talking about the Sega Dreamcast. Very exciting. We at Collector's Quest are known to love the Sega Dreamcast. We are big Dreamcast guys, nothing but 10s, right? That's us? Did I get it right?
Yep. Dreamcast has all the 10s. Sonic Adventure was a great game that's super underrated and misunderstood in its time.
So I'm going to talk about a game that people do like. Or at least it gets some clout. People will talk about this game. Space Channel 5. You like Space Channel 5?
All right. Does Space Channel 5 have clout, or is it just a Sega game that they endlessly re-release? Like Choo Choo Rocket and Sonic Adventure.
It is in that same vein, sure.
Give me some Power Stone 2. I'll say Power Stone 2 has clout.
Not this. Not Space Channel 5?
Not Space Channel 5.
Not an enduring franchise?
An enduring franchise? Is there more than one sequel?
I mean, how many Power
Stones? Probably like a mobile game.
Like past the Dreamcast, there was what, one Power Stone collection after, and like did we see Power Stone after that?
I'm looking. There is a Space Channel 5 VR game that came out in 2020 for like the Oculus Rift and PS4.
I mean, Space Channel 5 is on the PS2.
Yeah, that's the sequel. It's the one sequel. Power Stone has one sequel, and Power Stone is better than Space Channel 5. I'm just going to say.
It's hard to find on the GBA. People like, what's her name? Eulala or something?
Oh, that GBA game is probably technically a different game, huh?
Yeah.
All right. You know, I'm just going to, Johnny, Japan really has rhythm games down when it comes to very precise throwing lots of notes at you and making you hit them on a bar, like basically what Konami does. So all these like kind of these like less technical rhythm games that are more like, oh, it's Japanese pop stars and we're having fun and we're doing para dancing. Missed me with all that shit. Give me a ton of bars dropping onto another bar and I gotta hit the button when the bar hits the other bar. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about rhythm games.
Okay. Hey, Space Channel 5 it's completely different. It's Eulala's Cosmic Attack on the GBA. I'm like, why do I know this girl's name? So this used to be like pretty hard to find. And again, right now, for some reason on eBay, like this just wouldn't pop up. Now there's a sealed one for $236, another sealed one for $177. Like this game, I know people who paid $500 for this game for a CIB copy because it just wasn't around. And now they're just there. They're just chilling on eBay. The hype is dead. The hype is dead for GBA.
The hype is dead for GBA. Well,
sorry.
We talked to the GBA people. I don't know what's wrong with them, but like,
there's a lot wrong with us.
Kanakis is going to be buying a sealed copy of Space Channel 5. Bird Dog Gaming is going to be talking about like, well, this is an uncommon time for Space Channel 5 Uvalva's whatever adventure. This is maybe a good time to pick this up. We don't know when this is going to come back.
No, we sure don't. I can tell you that the PS2 copy is it's like a $50 game for the PS2 copy. And it's made by Age Tech, which is like a publisher people look out for. Anyways, this has a lenticular cover, which I didn't like. I feel like I should have known that, but I just know what the cover of this game has always looked like. It's like not glued to the cover. It's just a little lenticular card that goes over the front of the manual on the Dreamcast.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's like not like all the copies have it. You can get it for like $50 sealed. It's worthless. Go a classic game, Space Channel 5, a classic because it has decent reception. People kind of remember it, and Sega endlessly re-releases it. So I mean, it's got to be worth $50 sealed, guys, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
For the Dreamcast, classically underrated console, the Dreamcast.
Everyone loves the Dreamcast. Hey, you know what's nice about this game on the Dreamcast?
What?
It's not a fighter or a shooter or an arcade port. That's cool.
All right, I guess there is that. And it's probably exclusive, right? And it's unique. You know, I shouldn't be shitting on Space Channel 5 too much, but
No.
it's not my thing.
No, if you are a Dreamcast collector or player, you should have this game. This is a good one to put in your collection. And it's got a lenticular cover. Hey, there's one more, though, for the Dreamcast that people aren't going to care about. You ever heard of Fur Fighters?
Is that the furry fighting game with the furries have attitude? It's not the one where they're super violent, is it?
Oh, they're a little bit violent. This is also on like the N64, the PS2, but this is the Dreamcast version. Yeah, they are super violent. They got guns and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, you like it?
Dreamcast
You
version
love it?
of an N64 game.
Well, I think the Dreamcast was exclusive for a while.
Wait, it's not Fur Fighters is not an N64 game. What are you talking about?
Wasn't it? Oh, didn't it get released like a secondary one on? No, it was the PlayStation 2 got a copy of this. Sorry, it wasn't exclusive on the Dreamcast originally.
Was this just part of a moment? Did this come out like 6 months after the South Park Happy Tree Friends episode?
Or Conkers, like after Conkers, maybe?
Yeah, what the year 2000 was like a moment where we thought like, oh, violent animals is like super cool and funny, guys. This is such a great genre we have going on.
It's definitely like in that Happy Tree Friends world. Hey, remember when Happy Tree Friends was everywhere?
So hold on, Happy Tree Friends is its own thing. Was that not a South Park episode?
I don't know if it came out of South Park. I thought Happy Tree Friends was just one of these adult cartoons that was popular of the time. Everyone was listening to Eminem and watching Happy Tree Friends.
Okay, so Happy Tree Friends also came out in 2000. I'm thinking of the South Park episode Woodland Critters, which is about satanic animals that are also violent. I'm trying to figure out when this came out. This was like a thing. We had like a year where violent woodland creatures was like the funniest thing, and every 12-year-old thought Happy Tree Friends was the best.
Yep.
That was 2004, so South Park was late to that trend. Interesting.
Or maybe they were just like looking at the trend and being like, remember when this was a thing, and doing their own spin on it. I don't know.
Maybe that was it. Because Happy Tree Friends was still going.
Yeah.
Happy Tree Friends went for a long time.
So this was kind of a third-person shooter, which is like weird. Like, okay. It has a lenticular cover. That's what I really want to tell you about this game. But you know how I was telling you about how Space Channel 5 just made it easy and just dropped it right in front of the cover of the game, and you don't have to worry about getting damaged, and every copy has it, and it's easy, right?
Easy.
Well, this one, in their infinite wisdom, took a sheet, this lenticular sheet, instead of cutting it to go over the cover of the manual, they pasted it to the front of the case. This, like, talk about creating a problem for yourself, just over engineering and like adding costs for no reason. That's what they did here.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would do that, because you probably had to like adjust the jewel case shrink wrap machine, which, you know, every other game has the same exact thing. And it's not like manuals are sized exactly to fit in a jewel case. They just have those 4 nubs and you just kind of cram them in there. So
yeah, and this thing is like, so if I'm holding my copy right now, it's not like exactly flush either. Like it sticks out too much on the back, on the front, on the sides. Like it has to hit the thing just right to be perfect. What a bad idea this was. And that's what I really wanted to call this game out for. What a bad idea it was to just glue this thing to the front of the cover. Look, I get why we did it with Super Nintendo boxes, but they should have taken a lesson from what happened with the N64, where they just put a cutout in the front of the box and then just, could you imagine how much better Claymates would be if it just had those little cutouts and the lenticular cover was just wedged in there?
Ooh, I would like that then. That would make it even more unique. But I already do like Claymates because it is unique.
I know,
funny.
but you
paste
never lose it.
you paste this lenticular crap to a cardboard box, and I'm like, wow, that's weird. That's unique. I like this. You paste it to the front of a jewel case. I'm just like, what were you thinking? This sucks.
Yeah. Well, because you had a better option. You already have a window in which you can see the thing. And like, this came out, like, Space Channel 5 is like, hey, look what we did. Very easy. And these people are like, let's make it harder on ourselves than everybody else for reasons. I don't know. I hate this.
All right, cool.
That's the Dreamcast. Lenticular covers are everywhere, including the PS2, Tyler.
These are the best ones. I don't know why.
Man, did you ever hear about a game called Rygar? Rygar was a game that I played once upon a time.
Hold on. I get the kind of caveman Conan the Barbarian games mixed up on NES. Rygar's the one where you have the big circle yo-yo weapon, right?
Yes, it's the one that was a really terrible arcade game, but an awesome adventure game on the NES.
Yeah, Rygar rules. Okay, I'm way into Rygar.
Yeah, Rygar is awesome. Collected on the NES. It's got a hang tab box. The game is cool. It's unique from the arcade version. Man, what an interesting game. It has like a weird top-down view and side-scrolling adventure and platforming. Just doing all the things and having weird lore. Rygar was a moment. You could just, man, Rygar, so good. And then they made the PS2 version, and like they just kept trying to make Rygar happen. And it didn't. It failed like pretty miserably outside of like, didn't they put a version on the PS3 as well?
Really? There's another Rygar game? Because I'm already, like, when I first learned about the Rygar PS2 game, I'd never heard of this when the PS2 was out. And I'm like, what? There's another Rygar game? So if you're telling me there's 3 Rygar games, then I'm really getting my mind blown here.
Maybe it was just PS2 and then like came back. I thought there was another Rygar. I think there's another one. There, there's a Rygar.
It was released on the Wii?
There's a Rygar on the Spectrum. Oh yeah, it's the Wii one. And
so the Wii one's a remaster of the PS2 one.
Okay, yeah. Still not good. Yeah, go get the Spectrum version. You want to play it on the Spectrum?
Is there really? Is it? It's probably an arcade port if it's on the Spectrum.
Yeah, I'm sure. And like such a different cover. It says Rygar, let's fight.
That's kind of neat.
And anyways, this is Rygar, the Legendary Adventure. Now, what did they do here? They didn't paste it to the cover. Man, we should have looked. Is there a sealed version of this that like mentions the lenticular cover? Because this is a thing I found on accident. If you just open your copy of Rygar on the PS2, there's just a lenticular card sitting behind the manual.
Yep, there it is. And there's 2 variants of it.
Yes, for no reason. Oh yeah, it was on the PS3. There was a PS3 version and a Xbox 360. Rise of the Argonauts. And there's a Lynx version, but that's just an arcade port. Anyways, yeah, these stupid lenticular covers are not covers, they're just cards. Just in the back of they're not in the manual, they're just behind the manual. And there's 2 variants, and I don't know why. So you could just buy this game, and it's $10, and you could go buy it twice and get both the lenticular cards for reasons. Did you do that, Tyler, back in the day?
The second I learned about this, I bought both lenticular cards within 30 minutes because this game is like $8 shipped.
Yeah,
and apparently this is a good game. Like you look at this game, it basically is God of War. It's a 2002 version of God of War. You'll look at it and be like, wow, God of War really ripped this off. Like, the cover of the box is a guy throwing this sword thing on a chain. That's what Kratos does in, like, whatever ancient, like, Rome, whatever. That's what Kratos does. This game is just God of War. It has, like, a combo system.
So the original God of War. Got it.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Anyways, yeah, I did the same thing. I think we probably talked about it on an earlier episode of the show, like back in the day. And we were both like, what? And then went out and bought them immediately.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good. But there is a better one on PS2 for this stupid episode, lenticular art.
Tell me, yeah, the beauty of lenticular art, Collector's Quest exclusive. Tell me about the good one, Tyler.
Johnny, there are some anime enjoyers out there, and they really like Xenosaga 3, the third Xenosaga game, because it's rare. There's only what was it? Was it 200 copies I got in my eBay saved or my eBay sold search? And I recognize that could be incorrect because eBay search just doesn't work anymore. But if I just do a search for Xenosaga 3 with nothing else, there are 360 results on eBay. And all right, I scroll down, it gets into some other bullshit. There's at least 50 copies of Xenosaga 3 on eBay. This is not a rare game. But Cosmos, one of the protagonists of Xenosaga, maybe the protagonist of Xenosaga, I don't know, I only played the first game. She is an anime waifu. Therefore, this game is worth like $200, maybe even more than $200.
Okay.
But there is a rare edition of the game that comes with one of these lenticular inserts that gets slided into the front of the case, very similar to Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. And it goes for like $450 to $500. No other difference. Just the lenticular insert for Xenosaga 3 is worth over $200. This is maybe the biggest premium for the smallest special edition I think I've ever seen.
So there's a lot of good stuff that comes with it, though, right? Like, clearly not just a lenticular cover.
It doesn't even say special edition on it. If it said special edition, like, I could almost see people being like, oh, well, this is the collector's edition. It was only sold through the Bandai Namco store, and there were only 2,500 copies. Like, if you could, like, make it, pretend it's a different game on your list, basically. Put the : special edition there, like, all right, maybe you got something. It's nothing. It's just the lenticular insert. Look at the this is not, I'm not cherry picking data. Just go on eBay, look up Xenosaga 3, sort by safe search high. There is over a $200 premium for this fucking lenticular insert.
Is that
And this
why?
game is not rare.
So should we buy this game?
I don't think you should buy this game.
But
I mean, maybe you're a Xenosaga person. I also think it's very funny that the Japanese version of Xenosaga 3 it's just a butt, man. The cover art is just Cosmos's butt. They are showing it off, but that was too scandalous for us Americans.
That's pretty cool.
All right,
get that butt art. Everyone wants.
I don't get it,
butts.
man. I don't get anime people sometimes. I mean, maybe Xenosaga 3 is just like that moving of experience. Except you'll never know, because everyone who ever finishes any anime thing is like 10 out of 10 stars. That was the best thing I've ever seen. Wow. So it's impossible to understand if any anime is good or bad.
They are kind of predisposed to be that way, right? Like,
yeah.
If you spent the time to watch it and go get it, like, you know how it goes.
And I can't look at reviews because video game journalism is fake. Can you imagine being the IGN guy assigned to review Xenosaga 3? What are you going to do? Like, did they find a guy who played Xenosaga 1 and 2? What are his, like, real opinions? Did he play the whole game? It's like a 40-hour long movie. He's probably just like, I don't know, 8 out of 10. It doesn't seem like it's a AAA game, but it doesn't seem that bad. You'll enjoy the characters.
This game seems really fine to me. Please enjoy. Okay. Well, you could do it. Tower, I've got one I'm going to spring on you. Are you ready? I kept it out of the episode doc on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about controllers, Tyler?
I hate them. They are bad.
What about if, like, say collectible controllers for, like, say the 15th anniversary of, like, a huge franchise?
Oh, there's no such thing as a collectible controller, so that doesn't matter. Maybe like the NES hands-free controller, which is like a controller so disabled kids can play NES games. That's kind of cool in that it's really rare. But other than that, no, there's no collectible controllers.
What if I told you that it was like came with like a little document inside and came in like a gatefold box, and like it was signed by like the chief of operations and the president of the company, and they like gives you like a little card inside. It makes you feel very good about it.
Does it has real signatures?
No.
Okay. If it came with real signatures, I'm like, all right, tell me what this is.
Yeah, no, don't be crazy. Tower, you ever heard of Street Fighter? I don't know why. I've asked you like 10 times in this episode. Have you ever heard of course you fucking heard of Street Fighter. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyways, there's so dumb ass Street Fighter 2 controllers that were collectible, and they came in these dumb, like, foiled out boxes, and there's a misshapen controller inside, but it's got the 3 buttons, kind of arcade style with a D-pad on it, which I kind of like, but they're character specific. So there's, I think 4. There's
These
Ryu.
look like Sega Saturn controllers, right?
They do look like Sega Saturn controllers, absolutely. So Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken, and Akuma are the 4 controllers. I don't know if there's more than that, but there's definitely these 4. And in the center of the controller, there's just this little lenticular item of the character. It comes in these fancy, stupid boxes, and I hate them a lot.
I don't believe you. These controllers have a lenticular thing in the middle of them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so ugly. Oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck? This looks like a McDonald's toy.
Okay. You wanna get something way cooler though? These controllers, like, they're not super expensive. You can get, I think I had one for a while. I think you can get like the $30 or something. They're like pretty common, right? Like $30 to $50. Imagine you're paying for these dumb controllers. Yes, you could go pay more, but you shouldn't. Now, there is, if you look at an auction right now, and I don't know if this is good, bad, or whatever, but there was some characters they didn't make, but there was prototypes for these controllers, and they came in like these special cases. I don't know if this is like real or some special collector's edition, but someone's got the listed as prototypes of Sagat, Cammy, and Evil Ryu, and we want $7,000 for him or $6,000 for him now because he's dropped the price.
What? So first of all, they're real. Who is faking prototype Street Fighter controllers? That would be the like high effort, no reward.
I know.
But like, what are you gonna do with these?
I don't know.
Cool, but you got the prototype Street Fighter controllers with the stupid lenticular McDonald's trading card embedded into the controller.
Hey, this one is the best though. Like, if you don't want Sagat, you aren't a fan? Like, come on. I thought you were the biggest Street Fighter fan.
I'm not a Street Fighter fan, which means I only play Ken Masters. That's just how it goes.
Okay, that's fair.
This is a prototype. What is this? So these are in like nice leather box cases.
They look super fancy. They come with a memory card, a little like metal thing on the side.
This looks like they're given to the press. There's no way these are prototypes.
And they were These ones are wireless, and the other ones are wired. And I don't know why these things exist, but you know what they all have in common? The stupid lenticular thing in the middle.
E3 prototype controllers. Okay. All right, well, the guy is saying that these were going to be made by Newbie Tech, but they never went into production. So maybe they switched manufacturers.
Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to cap off the PS2 era with a dumb 15th anniversary Street Fighter, which the 15th anniversary Street Fighter is also a game on the system that you can go buy. It's on Xbox as well. Like, if you want to play some Street Fighter, there's one on every console forever and ever. And in fact, even on the 3DS, there is a one that you can go play if you want. So like there's a Street Fighter 4 that also has a lenticular sleeve that we're not really going to go into depth about at all, but you could. Okay, Street Fighter and lenticular, they're married and they love each other very much. That's all I got.
All right.
I'm moving us off of
Thank
PS2.
You. Let's stop talking about controllers.
Okay. Well, now the dates get a little weird because now we kind of just go wherever. I'm taking us to the Wii, though. Attack of the Movies 3D.
Okay, man, you've gone to like the last game on this list I care about. So everything after this, I'm out.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go through them quick.
Tell me, Johnny, Attack of the Movies 3D. It's I don't even know what it is. It's a stupid Wii game.
It is. Sure is.
What's notable about it?
It comes with a lenticular cover
and
3D glasses. Man, again, it's a double. You get 2 collectible items in one, and I love it.
4 sets of 3D glasses. And they're like branded 3D glasses. Sometimes they come with like the shitty generic white ones. No, you get 4 printed 3D glasses. They spent the extra 7 cents.
Yeah. And, there's a version with only 2, but this one comes with 4. Come on, what do you want? And this one gets
rail
the lenticular
shooter
cover.
What? I thought this was gonna be like some kind of party game. It's just a rail shooter.
Yeah, you're attacking the movies, man. They're attacking you. You got to fight back.
It has no licensed movies. It's just a bunch of monsters in a city. There's
Tyler.
no movie where a giant scorpion attacks a city. I mean, maybe there is, but that's not a popular movie trope.
Oh, there's also one where a giant shark attacks. You've telling me you never heard of that?
All right, you see, that one's a movie.
Okay.
There's a skeleton attacking. Not a super common thing in movies, skeleton attacks. Zombies, sure, but skeletons, I mean, that would take a lot more work.
The Mummy, I think, right? That had skeleton warriors.
Well, that's a mummy.
Well, no, I think the Mummy had skeleton warriors in one of them, didn't it?
All right. I don't know.
We're really getting into the weeds on that. Anyways, we don't need to. I just thought it was like, again, Attack of the Movies 3D. They're like claiming 3D. They're like, okay, we like really have to sell this game. We're putting 4 pairs of 3D glasses. We're making the cover lenticular. We're going to make this look cool and make people like maybe buy this game. And they didn't buy enough of it because this game isn't very expensive. Also, it could be because it's a Wii game. Anyways, if you get this, make sure you get the one with the lenticular cover and make sure you have all 4 sets of 3D glasses.
Yep, this game, it's like $15, even with all the stuff. Also, the glasses, if they were unused, they come in a little plastic baggie. So if you want ones that haven't been on some kid's face, you could look for ones with unused glasses.
Or get the one that was on some kid's face and, maybe get pink eye.
All right, that's the episode. Thanks for joining us.
Nope. I'm not leaving you on pink eye, Tyler. There's more to talk about here.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready for more? Tyler? You said you didn't care about the rest of these, and I don't know if I believe you because there are so many things left to care about. I'm going to take you over to The Evil Within that came out on the PS3, also the PS4, and the Xbox One. It had a lenticular slipcase, and it's about $20. Okay,
it's $20 sealed. It's simply worthless.
I liked this game though. I thought it was a pretty good game. So that's a thing you can go play. Yeah, I enjoyed it. We also have more PS4 stuff. Hey, The House of the Dead. This came out on the PS4 and the Switch.
The House of the Dead remake.
Oh, you know what though? It's the limited edition. There's also another edition that doesn't have this lenticular cover on it. This is like $30. You can go get it anywhere. If you want more House of the Dead and you want to play it on the Switch and the PS4 and you're wondering how you do that because it's a shooter and this is the PS4 and the Switch, then you have the same questions I do. We forgot to talk about one that I specifically put on the list for you. And I'm sorry, Tyler. We missed it. Let's go backwards in time to Resident Evil 5. There's a version of Resident Evil for the 5 for the PC. It's a small box PC game. Tyler was talking about how much he loves PC games. So there was this and Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which both have lenticular covers.
I guess this is interesting because this is from like the late DVD era of PC gaming, meaning like no one's buying PC games in the store anymore. Or like it's definitely winding down. Steam hasn't completely taken over by Resident Evil 5, but we are very much winding down. And they still, in their shitty little DVD case, they felt the need to put a lenticular cover on it. Especially for like a Resident Evil game. Like people are going to be buying Resident Evil. What is going on with it? Did Resident Evil 4 even come out on PC? Like
I don't know.
Time? I mean, it started as a GameCube exclusive. And then it definitely didn't come there with the PS2.
There was lots of Resident Evil games that came out in like PAL territories that had lenticular covers. I think some of the US ones did as well, like the remakes like Resident Evil 2 and 3 on the PS4 and Xbox One got them. I think Resident Evil 3 was PAL only. But yeah, weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Resident Evil 4 did come out on PC a couple years after the PS2 version.
Yeah. The remake also, Resident Evil 4 remake also has a lenticular cover. I don't know why they were all, like Resident Evil Village, PAL has one. I don't know what's going on. Why they thought they needed to have all these lenticular covers.
Because people who like Resident Evil are simple-minded.
Oh.
Except for Resident Evil 2, that game slaps.
Oh, okay.
Resident Evil 4 is good too. And Resident Evil 5 is actually pretty good.
Okay.
But Resident Evil 1, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Great. All right. Cool. Anyways, so we have Resident Evil. There's a bunch of Resident Evil games. Resident Evil 7 also has one. But yeah, the Resident Evil games have lenticular covers, and that's really all I wanted to tell you about Resident Evil games. That, like, I don't know what Resident Evil is doing and why they're into this, but they are. Hey, some handhelds for you. I told you about that Street Fighter 4, but there's also Jaws Ultimate Predator, the cool version. Like, this is, if I was going to buy one Jaws game and show it off during Shark Week, which is coming up for all you people, might actually be Shark Week when this episode goes out. So make sure you get Jaws Ultimate Predator for, I just butchered that word, Ultimate Predator for the 3DS. It's $20 CIB and it's got a lenticular cover. Go get it.
Yeah, I already heard about it on the Shark episode.
Yeah, we talked about it. Cave Story 3D. Everyone loves Cave Story. It's $85 and it's on the 3DS, and it's got that lenticular cover drives the value of it. It's like $85 new though.
$85 new. I didn't get the complete box price. We just talked about Cave Story. What was that on, like, Cool Indie Games episode or something?
Yep.
All right.
So this is on the 3DS. Make sure you go get your Cave Story. But there's other 3DS games. Like, again, there was like one of the soccer games has one. Like, I don't know, the 3DS, again, when they were like selling that 3D gimmick, like PES 2011 3D, they're like, oh, we got to put a lenticular cover. And you will see that like same theme. Like, oh, this game is like a 3D game, so we got to like put a lenticular cover so they understand that it's 3D. But lenticular covers aren't 3D. It just is like kind of motion. So I don't know what was going on there. Anyways, that's kind of it. That's the episode. There's more. They're like The Darkness 2 on 360. It has a lenticular sleeve. That's cool. I guess Spider-Man 3 has a lenticular card. Signalis for the Switch and PS4 has a lenticular photo that's included. So if you're into such things, I said Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is a small box PC game. Also has a lenticular cover. NBA 2K11.
Whoa, wait, what? Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? Is that lenticular?
Yeah.
I'm calling you out on this.
Am I wrong?
Is that a variant?
I'm pretty sure. Again, I did this research like a month ago, so.
I want you to show me the variant. You see, you talked about a PC game. I was like, you're just going off about all this shit I don't care about. But then you talked about a PC game, and now I want to know what you're talking about.
Well, this was just me finishing up the episode.
I know, but I won't let wrong PC information stand.
Okay.
And if there is a variant, I want it.
It is. Look at this. I'm pretty sure the small box PC that has like the weird shaped box is lenticular.
The weird shaped box. Oh, the weird shaped box. Is that lenticular?
Look closely at the background image.
Okay.
You can see the.
All right. So the small box, and it has like sort of a sine wave as the top of the box because it's a roller coaster. That one's lenticular. You can get that sealed from our friend Title Dreams in the Greg Discord for $150 shipped on eBay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's $150 plus shipping for a VGA 85 plus.
Or you could go get like this boxed copy, that's nice box copy for $16.
Yeah, that sounds closer to what PC games usually sell for.
Sick, especially small box PC. $16 and $8 shipping from Santa Barbara, California, right down the street from me.
Here's one for $12 shipped.
Sweet. Anyways, yeah, interesting box. There's a lot of different versions. This is the weird one. It's not just a sine wave on the top, it's also on the bottom. So it's a weird box. We love weird packaging. So
I guess
this is
Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, famously not a good Roller Coaster Tycoon game.
Yeah. So, this game, you can, it's again covering two things: unique packaging and lenticular. Anyways, Little Big Planet Karting Special Edition, the PAL Edition, has a lenticular cover. So does Just Dance 2 PAL Edition on the Wii and Just Dance PAL Wii games. Right? We want to talk about, Ruben, I'm talking to you, buddy. You go get those Just Dance covers, PAL, for the Wii with the lenticular covers. Ruben, you know who you are. He's on our Discord and he is a big Wii collector. Show me your weird variants. Anyways, Black Sad, Under the Skin Limited Edition, Xbox One, lenticular cover.
I'm sorry, Black Sad?
Yeah.
Is that a K-pop group?
I don't know, Tyler. Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year Edition has a lenticular cover. Why not? Among Us Crew Edition for the Wii and Xbox 360.
Among
Also
Us is not on the
lenticular
Wii. What are you talking about?
did I type Wii? I meant Switch.
Okay.
Switch. Sorry, that was crazy. I just wrote Wii. No, Switch. So there we go. Anyways, these are all games that have lenticular covers, like Toy Story Mania on the Wii, also a fun one. Wipeout Fusion, PS2 PAL. Worms, Weapons of Mass Destruction, All Stars on the PS4. Why not WWE All Stars on the 3DS? Woo!
All right, Johnny, you haven't said anything I care about because I need to know the historical importance of lenticular covers on video games. So what's the first lenticular cover?
I'm going to say it is a game that we didn't cover because I probably didn't look that hard, Tyler. But according to our list, it would probably be Pac-Man 2 or Claymates.
All right, this is off the top of my head because I sure don't care about this topic, Johnny. Beyond the cool stuff that we did talk about, but Getsu Fumaden on Famicom, a very popular Konami game, does have a lenticular cover. Came out in 1987. So
perfect. So I knew there would be some dumb Famicom game that had one. I even said that in this episode.
That's
Glad
the dumb Famicom game that has one.
All right, there you go. Perfect. And I'm sure there's probably something dumb on the Nintendo that I missed. Again, this was already a list of like more games than you would think that could be talked about with lenticular covers. I mean, it's like too long for what it is. That's the episode, guys. We did it. We've covered some lenticular games. You too could choose this dumb variant. This is going to be called another dumb variant episode, lenticular covers. There you go. There's your episode title.
Johnny, should we move on to what's the next part of the episode?
We talk about the best thing we saw in the Discord, and we answer collectors' questions, which you can ask us and you can show us by joining our Discord, by becoming a member of our Patreon, by going to patreon.com/collectorsquestions. It's $5, and you also get our After Dark content. We did a PC episode last time where we went for 4 hours, and then we decided, hey, we're not done talking. Let's talk for another hour or something minutes, and did an After Dark. So you get that content as well.
All right, Johnny, I'm in the Show Off Your Games section of the Discord. Shanks just posted his the stuff he got at VGS. I don't know what VGS is. Video Game Summit? Video. I don't know. There must have been a convention.
Video Game Sage?
Well, it's not that, obviously. All right, he's got some Genesis games, Neo Geo controller, whatever. He's got a complete in-box copy of Earth Defense for the Sega Genesis, which, you know what? In terms of actual availability, there is like one guy who has a bunch of copies on eBay, but like, what a weird game, Earth Defense for the Sega Genesis, because it is an unlicensed third-party game. Like, do we know where that came from?
No, it's by the, what's the Whack-A-Mole game that is also in like the same kind of box?
Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
Me too, off the top of my head. But they really try to make it look like an official Genesis game, but that's not.
Yeah, and this game has been like kicking around forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So it has like the pseudo like red and maroon stripes going down the side of the box, but it kind of also looks nothing like a real Sega Genesis game. It's a different sized box. It's a Realtek game. I'm looking up what the other Realtek game is.
Meanwhile, I'll talk about Milwaukee Retro Gamer showed us some of his pickups from the Video Game Summit as well. That was down in Chicago. That's where that's from. It makes sense that he was with Shanks down there. Those guys are around that area. But he got a Superman for the Game Boy. It's always nice to see complete in box Game Boy games. And this is a Titus game. So, you know, and with the Superman movie coming out, that's some relevant heat right there. Love to see some boxed video games. But Joe in our Discord, the Fleo, has told us that he won this round. He proclaimed himself the winner long before anything happened. And showed us a very, very complete Chrono Trigger with all the goodies in there and said he wins. Does he win?
I mean, I guess. You know what? I mean, like, I'm going to see a copy of Chrono Trigger every day. I'm not going to see Earth Defense every day because it's such a weird thing. I like Earth Defense.
Ooh,
Not an expensive
Joe.
game.
Joe, you got beat out by Earth Defense. Also,
Yep.
I'm going to tell you, you got to replace that manual, my man. It does
So
have the cellophane on the Chrono Trigger, though.
Yeah, his copy of Chrono Trigger is real nice. I wish I had his copy of Chrono Trigger.
It's really nice everywhere except this manual. What is happening with this manual? Sorry, Joe. Sorry to call out your manual, but it is nice that you got cellophane on. Pretty cool. And, I mean, who likes Chrono Trigger? Just like everybody. But Earth Defense, who likes that? Like nobody.
So the weird Realtek games you need on Sega Genesis are Funny World and Balloon Boy.
That's one of them, yeah.
Whack-A-Critter, and Earth Defense. And then the secret fourth one, which was dumped by Russians, I believe, at some point, so we know it exists. Tom Clown. Maybe my oldest eBay saved search. I have had this for over a decade. I have never once received a hit on Tom Clown for the Genesis, but there is at least one copy that exists out there. And you know what? I'm not giving up hope because I did get a hit on Electronic Book Decoder for the JVC XI. So the weird Sega stuff is out there.
I mean, I probably have 2 of these.
Yeah, you got just 2 Tom Clowns kicking around?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You guys, I don't know. This is the kind of shit where it's like, you know, if I was on Sega Age in like 2011, like I'd be in some thread being like, man, Tom Clown, that's so cool and rare. Man, if anyone had Tom Clown, they'd be the coolest collector ever. And now it's like, man, if someone found a copy of Tom Clown, like no one would care. Be like the 6 guys who have known about it since 1997.
Look, we've done a lot of talking on this podcast, and I don't know if you've mentioned Tom Clown to me, and the fact we both know what Tom Clown is very weird. I mean, I'm sure we've said it at some point, but when did we say it? Maybe 8 years ago or something?
Yeah. Like, this isn't even stadium events. This is like completely unfindable stuff. Like, no one has this. It's like Circus Atari. It's like a teeter-totter breakout type game. Completely worthless, unlicensed garbage.
You know what's cool about this game, though? When we do the Clown episode, Tower, we're talking about it again.
Oh my god, we're not doing a Clown episode.
Dumb games from Johnny.
Johnny,
Okay.
I'm going to give us a question.
Please do.
Also, you know what? Shanks also got both Nobunaga's Ambition and Aerobiz Supersonic, so he's repping Koei pretty hard.
All right, well, Tiger Wolf will love that.
What's it called? Ask the podcast? All right.
What is this? Always you struggle with this. What is this called? It's called Ask the Podcast. It couldn't be a more obvious title.
The Fleo asks, assume you have unlimited money, but it can only be used on your collection. How would you shift your collecting goals, if any?
I mean, what's the rest of the step here? Do I get to sell this stuff later? Like,
money doesn't matter to you anymore because you have unlimited of it.
Also, like, I can only buy items for the collection. Does that include items to house the collection?
Well, sure.
Okay, then I buy a really big house with a warehouse attached. And I just buy everything. Like, that's like, you can wish to have all the games. What are we talking about here? What are we doing?
I think there is more nuance to it than that.
Okay, give me the rest of the, what am I missing?
I think people have to, you gravitate towards collecting something that is challenging to you, and the reality of it is based on your finances. And that's why if you're rich, you don't collect sealed copies of Pokemon Red, you collect one-of-a-kind pieces of art. Because you want something that no one else can have. And when you're talking about millions of dollars, video games just aren't on the spectrum for you at that point. You might be on the spectrum, but video games
I'm going to
aren't.
say, I guarantee we are on the spectrum, Tyler. How dare you?
But let's go and think about, if I was a kid, I might be collecting, Fleer hockey cards. And that's a fun thing to collect for me as someone who can afford one pack of cards from the comic store every other week and, slowly start accumulating a set. As an adult with eBay, the fact that I could buy the entire set for probably $22, that isn't just like, oh man, I've got all the money in the world. I can get the full sets of Fleer hockey cards from every year in the 90s. That just becomes a completely uninteresting thing to me because each individual object is so worthless. Like, okay. Those are objects that would have brought me joy as a kid, and now I would look at the entire stack, the complete sets from every year, and be like, wow, these are all so available and cheap, they're worthless.
but that's not. I don't know. Like I don't think more money makes me less deranged about collecting. It makes me more deranged. Okay? Because I'm suddenly not like, well, I don't care about the Dreamcast set anymore because I have so much money, it doesn't matter. No, I'm investing so hard into every stupid Dreamcast variant. I'm getting every regional one. I'm creating an extensive library of every game. Imagine The Last Gamer times 100 is what I suddenly become. I become a complete lunatic, and I'm paying people on staff to have everything meticulously cataloged and scanned. What are we talking about? I'm like funding the Video Game History Foundation. I'm owning all of that stuff. Like, I become a complete lunatic because I care about the games. It has never been about the money for me. So this doesn't change how I collect, and like the fact that I become like, oh, well, I need to go get all of the weird stuff, which I then would also be doing. I would just become completely unhinged.
All right, but you're doing what work are you doing yourself? Because yes, I could pay people on my staff to buy and organize the Xbox 360 games, and yes, I'll have them. Wow, I'm the greatest collector ever. But I don't care about that stuff, so it would just kind of be there because, like, oh, well, I've got the best video game collection.
No, but that's not it. It's not a flex. I would want to know about all of this. Like, what we're talking about would suddenly become all of my life's ambitions come true as far as like video game collecting. Everything would be well documented. We would be publishing books. Everybody would know about stuff. You could have a reasonable discussion with people about this. I would be in the thick of it. I would be like, there would be team meetings, Tyler. We'd be running this like an actual business, except our business would be to be video game historians and to go get all of the stuff. I would want daily updates or like end of the week updates about, okay, hey, Xbox team, what did we find out today? What's coming in? Or like we have like one team and we're focusing on one console. Like we've got this sprint where 3 months we're doing Xbox. Next 3 months we're going into Atari 2600. Like I would want to be involved at all of it. Like it wouldn't just be, oh, I don't care about it, because I already don't care about Dreamcast, Tyler. I still have a Dreamcast set. I didn't care about the Genesis growing up. I didn't have it, and I wanted to know about it, which is why I got it.
There is a world. So I think we've discussed about doing this, basically becoming the Last Gamer. If you don't know, Last Gamer, like ex-investment banker in Australia who has built a huge outbuilding and collects every set of video games, including all of the best arcade games, because he's a Sega arcade guy. And oh my God, he's got all like the great 90s Sega arcade games. And the most, I think the biggest flex that he has like all these complete in box games, and he builds like these multi-story shelves. They're like 1.5 stories high, and he faces the box art out because he has that much room to display. And he has more video games than anyone listening to this podcast. Tens and tens of thousands of video games, and he faces the box art out because that is how much better he is than you.
I don't know if I would put the box art out, honestly.
I mean, if you're collecting on the scale, like you want all the junk, I mean, yeah, you couldn't, because if you want every ZX Spectrum game and every stupid Xbox 360 variant.
Again, but it's like, and I want it to come in and I want it to get I want a process in which all this shit is scanned. Like, I would love that. Like, you're telling me, so you're giving me $100 million and being like, all right, or 200 million, whatever. It's like you spent $100 million on resource. Now you got $100 million to go buy everything. You got $100 million to fund your staff for the next 5 years. Build me the library. Build me the Library of Alexandria for video games. Make it the most complete thing that's ever existed. You'd be flying around all over the place, picking up stuff. It would be insanity. It would be madness. And it sounds like the best thing ever. Like you couldn't give me a more interesting proposition. Except the ability to like walk into books and live there for a little while and not have it cost you any time.
I've got 2 reasons I don't think that would happen for me. One is that I'm worried about the Citizen Kane situation where I die one day and say Rosebud and realize that I've badly misused my entire life making Video Game Library of Alexandria. But I do think there is a lot to collectors. They need there to be a challenge or it gets boring. And I guess, yes, collecting every variant of every video game is a big challenge. but you never see these generalist rich guys, the guys that appear in like collecting
No.
documentaries who collect like obscurities. They never are guys who have the complete set of everything. I guess you would be like those guys who have the world's biggest comic book collections, and it's like stacks and stacks of long boxes that just look like a disaster.
But see, but I would have so much money, it wouldn't look like a disaster, Tyler. It would just be a warehouse. It would be temperature
But
controlled.
it would be a warehouse. It would be too much. If it's everything, it gets to be a point where it's too much.
But it's the pursuit of the knowledge is the thing, and having all of it and saying it's done and then cataloged, because video games are, like, in a physical form are going to be finite, and you could do it.
They are going to be finite. See, when physical game collecting ends, there probably is a point. Like, if I'm bored, like, 20 years from now and I've done all my rare, cool stuff that I'm looking for, it's like, well, there's only so many of them. Might as well get them all because I do have unlimited money. Joe said so.
Yeah.
But,
so
I would flip so hard into, like, only caring about, like, Japanese rarities. Like, Frank Cifaldi, I don't know if he still has it, but he has a prototype Super Mario Brothers, and he said, like, yeah, someone offers me $2 million for it, I'd take it. That'll be like the first thing I buy.
See, you think I'm buying the Video Game History Museum, and that's just gonna be wrapped up in it.
You're just gonna own it?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And then you're gonna be the guy who opens up a video game museum, and you think people are gonna care because you have every video game? No one cares that you have every video game.
I'm not opening a museum. We're publishing books. No one gets to walk around in there. You know how Indiana Jones was like, it belongs in a museum? No, I've got top men on this. Top men. It's not going in a museum. It's going in a vault.
All right. I think we're going to diverge. I don't think I'm getting everything because, if I have all the free time, I want to spend more time playing games, honestly.
And I would want to spend more time, collecting them. I would just like, just flying around on a plane. You're like, okay, well, we're going to Japan today because we got to get these 20 like rarities, and we have to go convince these people to sell them because these are the only known copies to exist. Man, we'd be like documenting all this shit on YouTube. Oh, we'd be doing it all.
See, if you're documenting it all on YouTube, you're doing it for the flex. I know you're not doing it for the flex, but like, no one thinks that like Last Gamer is purely in it for the love of the game for himself, which I'm sure very much he is, but like he also loves being like, I just got a shipment in of 250 Neo Geo AES games.
No, it's the same reason we do this podcast, because I just want to share it with people. I would just want people to know about it.
Yeah,
this podcast
you do want people to know
flex.
about the stupid shit that no one cares about, like the lenticular cover of Jaws on 3DS.
Yes, and a copy of Roller Coaster Tycoon. All of this, yes. Have you discovered the magic sauce that lives in my brain, Tyler? Is that I actually love video games and like all the weirdness around them, and I just want to know about them. Yeah, no shit. That's why we have a podcast that even about lenticular covers, for some reason, still went over 2 freaking hours.
There's a follow-up question, I think, here.
Okay.
Would you consider giving buyout offers to collectors and empty nest the hobby, or would you want there to be other collectors? I think the obvious answer to that question is Johnny wants there to be other collectors. He just wants to have it all.
Yeah, I just want it all documented. Like, yeah. So what are we talking? No, I don't like... Again, it's never been about hoarding things for myself. Like, again, just last episode, like, oh, I have this, like, obscure collecting knowledge. Let me just share it with people. Does it, like, probably hurts me because I'm also looking for this. I'm about sharing. I'm always about sharing and giving it out. And not keeping things for myself. What a sad life if you've, like, got every... See, that's your rosebud moment, Tyler. That's the thing that would happen when you're like, I've got it all for myself. And for me, it's all about, like, how can we share and give more?
Yeah, but your sharing would be posting a picture of the Super Mario Brothers prototype, and I want to own it. It's mine. I'm the only one who has it.
Okay, you could be the one you could still own it, and you could dump it and let people play it. It would be awesome.
I was gonna say, I've been avoiding video game stage because multiple people are hassling me to dump my rare Famicom golf game, and I'm not lying. I haven't dumped it because I don't have a power supply for my Famicom disk system. I can't find the power supply. And I've just been too lazy to go look for another one. I'm sure it's like I have one buried in all my shit, but like, you know how it is with power supply boxes. You know,
God, it's the worst.
And I've been avoiding video game stage for like months because of this. Because I don't want people to see that like I'm active, but I'm ignoring their desire for me to dump this game. And it's not that I don't want to dump it, it's that I'm really lazy and I have like stress avoidance where I just like, oh, this is a thing I don't want to deal with, so I'm just not going to think about it for another day. Been doing that for months. In case anyone's wondering why I'm not on Video Game Sage, tell these fucking people hounding me to dump this game to get off my ass.
Leave the man alone. Okay, he's not dumping it. He just said he doesn't want to share.
I'm not malicious. I'm just very lazy. I am so lazy that I'm willing to give up one of the only places I converse online, so I don't have to think about people asking me to dump this game because I'm really lazy. I got my Famicom. My Famicom disk system has been sitting in my bedroom for like 3 months because I tried to hook it up to my NT Mini and dump it, and I forgot what. Oh, like the NT Mini like can't do it or something. So I needed to buy an FDS stick, which is like the open source computer way to dump it. And I bought that, so I'm literally spending money now on these people. I mean, I should dump this anyway, but I bought that, and then I realized I don't have the power supply readily available, and I figure that the drive probably works better when it has a real power supply rather than D batteries, so I don't want to really dump it with D batteries, because it's a rare, maybe, like, not one-of-a-kind game, but it's a very rare game.
And it's one of a kind, right? They have different names on them.
And I'm not shipping it through the mail. So if somebody just wants to like come over my house and dump this Famicom disk system game for me so I don't have to think about it, then I'll come back to Video Game Sage.
That's the value proposition. You want this dumped? You got to come to the man.
Come to my house with the equipment. I don't know. I just got I have a regular Famicom disk system. It looks really nice. I've replaced the belts on it. I'm sure that'll do a good enough job. I've played Famicom disk system games on it before, so it works. I'm just lazy. So if you guys want to come over my house, bring your own equipment, because I don't want you to dig through my stuff to find the power supply. Because I don't want to dig through my stuff to find the power supply. That's the whole reason this is happening. I just want to just set up in my dining room, get it done in 30 minutes. I'll come back to Video Game Stage. You'll have the rare file dumped. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting another 3 months on this, guys.
Okay, we have another question we can answer. This one comes from Jason of the PlayStationLibrary.com. Tyler and Johnny get into a huge argument, and each decides to punish the other. What save data are you deleting from the other's library, forcing them to replay thousands of hours?
I mean, that's an easy one for you.
Oh yeah, it's RuneScape.
Yeah, and for you, it's probably Diablo 4. See, the thing is, if you deleted my RuneScape account, I would just be like, I'm free! And I would never play RuneScape again, and it would be a fucking amazing thing to happen.
Yeah, and Diablo, it's just a new season each time. There's no real eternal.
Oh, no, so you don't. Oh, damn. So what would I delete of yours?
Nothing, because I'm not that invested in anything. You can delete one of my Final Fantasies, and I'm like, okay, I'll get to play it again. Hooray.
Yeah, no. You see, any other thing, I used to, the couple times I've lost really big save files as a kid, it was, devastating, and I'd never replay it. I kind of don't care anymore. If I lost 20 hours of progress in any video game, I would just sit down and replay it. It would suck, but it wouldn't be as devastating as a kid, because I understand that now that I know everything, it's going to be so much faster just to go through it the second time, and it's never as bad as I think it will be.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, that RuneScape, though.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You would be free, though. You would be free.
I would be.
Do you think you would be free and then suddenly find yourself back at it? What would it be like if I started over?
So here's the problem, is that the most fun part of RuneScape is the first 1,000 hours when you're first getting kind of everything ramped up and going through all the most classic quests. So it really wouldn't be that much of a problem. And then by the time I'm done with that, it's well, I better keep going at it.
You have a disease in your brain.
I just got my hunting level to 90.
I know you did, Tyler. Hey, Tyler, congratulations. And everybody, so you guys know, tonight, Tyler, this is a thing we've both done now. We've recorded on our birthdays. It's Tyler's birthday today. Happy birthday, Tyler.
It's not. It was my birthday yesterday now, because it's 4 a.m.
Well, it's still... Oh, no, it's actually the next day for me, too. But yesterday, when we started this recording, it was your birthday. So happy birthday, Tyler.
Thank you, Johnny.
Everyone wish Tyler a happy birthday. I'm so sad that I missed it. I normally post it in the Discord. What a punt. Jesus. I'm a bad friend. I apologize. All
I'm just
right.
thinking of Jason's question more. But yeah, whatever. Well, let's just move on.
Okay. So, do we want to talk about what we're buying and what we're playing?
Sure, John.
Okay, Tyler, what did you play and did you buy anything?
I didn't buy anything. I was hoping to get convinced by something in this episode on the lenticular stupid stuff, but
Yeah, get the N64
I
lenticular
considered it.
card.
I just don't care. I like No Mercy. That's the one I played as a kid. That and Warzone. I played like at my friends' houses, but I never played WrestleMania 2000. I don't think.
There's no reason for you not to own this.
I tried, Johnny. The $75. Oh, that's cool stuff. It just eats you alive. It'll eat me. And like my budget, like I'm not spending nearly as much on stupid video games as I used to. But that just means the next time something really cool comes up on Heritage Auctions and it's like $700, I could just snap by it without even thinking. Because I don't buy all this stupid WrestleMania 2000 shit anymore.
It's true.
Also, we have been talking about we've been talking a little recently about Computer Bismarck. Johnny, there are a couple variants of this game. This is ostensibly the first boxed PC game. And there's a thin box and the thick box. And the thick box is the first print, and the thick box is rare. Actually, kind of any version of this game is rare, but the thick box is rare. And one came up in like better condition. I have a really shitty one. One came up in better condition than I have, and someone put a buy it now on it, so I couldn't even outbid them. It was gone after I woke up. It was gone in like hours. Don't put buy it nows on your stuff. What are you guys doing? The thing is, he probably priced it in line with all the thin box ones because he didn't understand he had the rarer, more desirable variant. But that's the thing. If you aren't exactly sure what you have, just put it in auction, because maybe someone else knows what you have and they will bid way more than what you're putting it up for. So I didn't buy a copy of Computer Bismarck.
I'm sorry. You sound very angry about this.
I don't check my save searches religiously. Like I haven't had something where I'm like constantly checking something like throughout a day or setting up an alert. So my current crop of save searches are just like I wake up in the morning, I get like 20 emails and I just go through and see if any of them are real hits. But when you do that, the hits I get are like, oh, I got a hit, and then I click it and it was a sold by it now. It's just like, fuck. It's so annoying.
That is pretty annoying.
John, I've been playing Myst 3. So Riven is widely considered to be the best Myst game, which I did just beat, although I did use a walkthrough for the most significant puzzle in the game. Cyan Worlds, the creator of Myst, handed the series off to Presto Studios, who's the studio behind the Journeyman Project games. Those aren't good games. I'll fight anyone about that. The original creator of Myst quit to make indie films, and then the other creator of Myst spent 7 years of his life on Uru, the Myst MMO. This was a Myst MMO. They decided that doesn't work, turned it into a single-player game, and then turned it into an MMO again, and the MMO failed in a year. And so for that reason, we're just giving the third-party studio Myst 3. And it feels very different. And it feels very different because I've probably completed like 4 or 5 puzzles in this game. And man, in Myst and Riven, I don't think I can say I like just booted it up and beat 4 or 5 puzzles, because those are some hard ass games. And like Riven probably has 4 or 5 puzzles in the entire game. And Myst is a very hard game. So this is it's Myst for babies. That's my review of Myst 3. I will keep playing it.
Okay.
I don't think I like the Myst games. I don't know why I'm playing It's such an interesting, beautiful world. I hate the gameplay and the puzzles of all the games. Like, Riven is super interesting. It's just too hard for me. And it's just like, I was thinking of the fact that the Myst MMO failed. And like, yes, that makes sense. Who the fuck wants to play an MMO of Myst? But Myst is like one of the most unique properties I think there is. Like these ages of like this fantastical architecture. It's so interesting. It looks so amazing. All the games are so visually striking. It's this fantasy setting, but like the fantasy is that these weird guys can write books and the books turn into entire universes. Just what a cool world, and we're not allowed to have an MMO of that because that wouldn't be just fantasy, and every single MMO has to be fantasy. Maybe there's like one sci-fi MMO still running around. EVE Online, there we go. If you're not standard sci-fi or fantasy, get out of my MMO genre.
Okay.
That's my review of Myst 3. Thanks, Johnny.
I'm glad you love Myst so much. You're the number one Myst fan now.
This is the last one I'm playing. I'm done with Myst after this.
Are you sure?
I think Myst 4 is considered the bad one, and I just don't care about Myst 5 and Abduction and all these other later games. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you should just finish it out. I mean, if you can play RuneScape for 1,000 hours, what's a little bit more Myst?
It's hard. It's like RuneScape's a very low effort game. Myst is like a high effort game.
Games. You constantly complain that games are too easy and people are babies.
I know. I just, after this, after playing Riven and then Myst 3, I'm just gonna need a break.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna play like Gabriel Knight after this. I don't know how much that's gonna be a break because old adventure games are hard, but I just been in an adventure-y mood.
I mean, play some Gabriel Knight because we're gonna be like, the Halloween episodes are coming quicker than you realize.
All right. I'm sure you're going to have plenty of stuff queued up for me to complain about.
Yep. You're going to be like, what are you talking about? What is this stupid garbage?
Good.
Let me tell you how I have a Disney-themed Halloween episode for us, because that smacks right of childhood.
Johnny, what are you buying? What are you playing?
Oh, Tyler, I'm buying some games. It's 2015 over at my house right now, and I'm just buying dumb shit. Hey, I bought a couple of PSP games. That's cool, right? So
PSP games.
Yeah, thanks Zach in our Discord for putting some Star Wars PSP games for sale. Why not? Right. Bought House of the Dead. I bought Bomberman Land Touch for the DS. This is a Mario game. Do you have this one? It's Puzzles and Dragons plus Puzzles and Dragons Super Mario Edition.
What is this for the DS?
3DS, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I have no idea what that is.
It's a Mario game. You don't have it? Weird.
It's not. Or it is. Yeah. And I don't have it. You're right, that is a Mario game. I 100% agree with that. My Mario set is incomplete, but I'm missing a bunch of the Switch games too.
Okay, well, you should fix that. I got Animal Crossing on the 3DS, and I bought Final Fantasy XI, Chains of Promethea, Treasures and Wings, 3 of the online expansions for the PS2. And I got like a pretty cool Emily the Strange, what is it called? What's the full title? Emily the Strange, Strangeress. It's like a weird DS game. Pretty cool.
That game looked rare because I've never seen it.
Yeah, and it's got some Halloween stuff going on in it, so that's cool. Emily Strange was like very popular with like goth girls in its time, like in 2004 or 5, I want to say. But the real gems I found, Tyler, I have not bought a lot of GBA games recently. You know this because I haven't talked about any. But I bought two GBA games. And it's been like a year since I bought a GBA game. Except for like a random one with a movie ticket. Like maybe 2 years. So I got Digimon Battle Spirit. This game it's a Digimon game, but it comes with a card. So, I had to get that. I love my stupid includes. So stay tuned for the next dumb variant episode, games that came with cards, where we'll talk about Digimon Battle Spirits that comes with a dumb card.
We have done a trading card episode. What do you mean?
Don't worry. We have more to do.
All right.
So this one I was like trying to figure out, I'm like, man, which card is it that comes in this stupid set? Like, I have to figure it out. It says it comes with a detector card, but that's like the name of this specific Digimon set. I'm looking at the card and I'm like, well, how would I be able to tell if this is the right one? I'm like looking for the promo number. I'm like reading all the fine print. I failed to look at the actual art where there's a big banner. It says game exclusive card in a giant banner across the bottom of the art. So I felt really stupid there. I was like, I guess that's how I would tell that this is the correct one. So yeah, look for that card. And I bought, this is a fun one, Moto Racer Advance. Have you heard of this dumb game?
No.
Okay, well, there's for some reason just dumb motorcycle games that happen to be rare on the GBA. I don't know why. This game has always been like $500 to $1,000, and I found a copy that was cheap, and so I bought it. The end.
Cool.
Very exciting. That's what I bought. Bought a lot of dumbass shit.
$500 to $1,000 for this piece of shit.
Yeah. It used to be it's come down since then, but yeah, it used to like peak out at that. Yeah.
It looks like bad Mario Kart. All right. It's got pretty good reviews. It's praised as an early GBA game with a high draw distance and smooth frame rate in 3D.
Thank you.
You gonna play it?
Added insight. No.
What are you, a shelf collector? You're not gonna play Moto Racer Advance?
I'm the biggest shelf collector there is.
All right.
I told you I would go out and buy every game, and in no part of that conversation did I ever talk to you once about how I would be playing them.
All right.
I would write books about them. I would get people who if I had infinite money, I'd pay people to play them, and so we could get actual gameplay reviews.
You would hire like Jason Graves, be like, "Congratulations, you're salaried now. Start making videos on each of these interesting games."
Absolutely. I'd be like, "Here's a much better setup. Here's like everything you need, and there's a refrigerator full of soda. Please enjoy."
And you would ruin the channel, because I'm sorry, when every like small YouTuber in his bedroom with like no editing skills gets like a budget and decides to like start really sprucing up their videos, I like start losing interest a little bit.
Oh no, he wouldn't be allowed to change anything. He would just have better access.
Yeah. We'd get him like a personal chef. Like this all counts as part of the unlimited money for video games, right? We're gonna get him a personal chef. We're gonna move his family in wherever he wants.
Well, we're not gonna get him a personal chef. We're just gonna have a cafe that just makes good food.
All right, that's
fine.
We're
gonna eat healthy.
We're gonna keep him happy. This is not gonna be a 40-hour work week. He could do whatever he wants.
Yeah, we're working 4 days a week. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep playing games and making content after that, that's fine.
We could hire everyone. We can get like Bird Dog in here to just like make videos, because like we could convince him to do stuff that we want, because we are like into the same stuff as Bird Dog. Jason Graves, I think we're gonna have to force to make like RPG videos.
Well, I mean, the process with him is gonna be like, okay, hey man, what's the direction? Where are you going next? What video games sound interesting? I'm getting people like him and Burst Error and like SNES Drunk. I'm like just getting these guys in here and being like, all right, here's your fucking job now.
Think of all the like Tiger Wolf we can get in to just do like translating Japanese VHS and Koei stuff, whatever that guy wants to do. Imagine everything Tiger Wolf could do with an unlimited budget if he didn't have a full-time job.
Yeah, if this was his full-time job, yeah, congratulations, Tiger Wolf. You've just been employed by Video Games R Us to make video game content. Great. Go catalog it all, man. Go buy it all and catalog it.
This is all right. See, now I'm getting on board with let's just do everything. Yeah, because I'm realizing we could hire people and like unlimited money.
We could get rid of all the bullshit channels. We could crush them out of existence because all of their stuff is the same and stupid. All those channels would then suddenly be boiling down to make content about the content that we're shipping out to people.
All right.
And fuck their dumbass content.
Thank you, Jason, for this question again. Oh wait, no, this was Joe's question.
So yeah. Yeah, there's lots of things. Anyways, as far as playing games, back on theme here. No, did not play any. I've been playing Star Wars Unlimited online because we've got this dumb tournament in Vegas, and I've been trying to practice a little bit with my free time. And Diablo, the new season came out, but the buddy I play with is in Hawaii right now doing better things than playing Diablo. So yeah, haven't done much. And then like my wife was on vacation, so it was like me and my son hanging out, which is never terrible, but I love that. That's like the best thing, but he's not quite ready to play games, though he did try to convince me to play Diablo 4 with him. And I was like, you're just not quite ready for Diablo 4, my man. I can't, it's just not the right content for you. Let's get some games where, me and you can play. He really wants to. He's like, what about some Zelda? And I'm like, he just can't read enough yet. So we're trying to sharpen those reading skills. He's going to be in first grade. And I think that's where, like, hitting that 7, 8 years old, we're going to be right in that magic zone where games are really going to start to click for him. And I'm super excited because when we have this question, it'll be about all the weird games I'm playing with him. And I'm excited to be there.
See, when we were kids, you didn't need to read anything. You see, I didn't have any RPGs really as a kid, but like you could put me in front of a platformer or even an adventure game, and I just like sit there and figure it out because I'm a kid with nothing but time and determination.
Yeah. He's out here, he's playing Minecraft. Like, it's so awesome. He sits there and he loves to just chill out with my wife. And he's like, Mom, can we chill out and play Minecraft? And they go and they snuggle in the bed and they're on their iPads and they're playing Minecraft in the same world together, just playing Minecraft. It's delightful.
Well, Johnny, if you're ever in the mood to play a game inspired by 1990s computer RPGs, very similar to Diablo 4, do I have the game for you?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it RuneScape?
It's RuneScape.
You know, rune is right in the word, right? Right in the name?
In what word?
It's rune is right in the name because that's what it does to you. It ruins you. It ruins your whole life.
But you can click and slowly watch the numbers go up. It's so weird. Is this the only game like type 1 and type 2 fun?
Yeah.
So type 1 fun is things that are actually fun. Type 2 fun are things that are, it's like climbing a mountain. It's like not a fun thing to do, but it is fun to think about that you've done it afterwards. Yeah. And most type 2 fun things are like actual like things you achieve. Like, I don't know, building a project car. It could be something you do over months, very expensive, but very gratifying to actually complete. Clicking stuff in RuneScape is the most fucking pointless thing you could do in your entire life. And you're getting type 2 fun out of that. It's like a problem. Like, it shouldn't be gratifying to your stupid brain to sit there and do this. But it feels like climbing a mountain because the skills take so fucking long to grind.
You know, finishing this podcast, like, for people who listen, might be type 2 fun.
No one finishes this podcast. My guess is that people get like a third of the way into every podcast, then give up and move on to the next one.
They probably get to, all right, let's answer a question from our Discord. And they're like, and we're out. Done.
Oh, I have plenty of podcasts where I do that kind of thing on.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So we save that's why we put
it
the bad part at the end.
Yeah. People are like, oh, do the questions at the front. I'm like, no, man, that's the part that everyone skips.
Do the questions at the front. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
We're already making them listen to like 15 minutes of us talking about whatever.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Hey, Tyler, that's the whole show. We talked about dumb lenticular games. I'm glad we got you interested in like half of one. So that was cool.
All right. Perfect. And
I'm glad I got to abuse you with Street Fighter controllers with dumb lenticular inserts. I knew if you saw that in the document, you would think it was too stupid. And like, I thought I might lose you.
No, you already lost me with the topic. So,
well, I knew you weren't in for the topic, but I knew you would just like grit your teeth through it. But like, if you saw those covers, I was legitimately concerned. Those controllers, I thought you would just be like, no, we can't. We have to do something else.
They're very bad. If you've made it 3 hours into this podcast, go look up those Street Fighter 2 lenticular controllers and wonder how they possibly made it into production.
Yeah, Nubatech or whatever, Street Fighter 15th anniversary controller. All right, that's it for the show. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and thank you for everyone who supports us, however you do it, either via reviews or on Patreon and our Discord. We appreciate you spending so much time with us because we love doing it. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Bye!